sacrifice your life.
The fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rude, but
I just...
To sacrifice your life.
The fuck was that, Ken?
Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1.
I've been loving every second. I'm not rooting for injury.
That was Brian Deegan.
I'm so fucking pumped. I'd be like, yeah, bitch, fuck
I will do that.
I'm gonna find him on LinkedIn and be like, "Did you punch a kid in the face? Tell me the truth."
All right, Sean brought his A game tonight. All right, okay, I like it. I like where this is going. And I don't want to put this as like a thing. Like, he wasn't a bad guy as far as
Who
we
said
know.
he was a bad guy?
I don't know, but I feel like we're painting him in this light that he was like this bad guy, and I don't want to do that. To this day, I hope you hear this. Fuck you. But rules are rules, okay? Stupid rule, but it was a rule. If you were a Crip and you were cooling in the cut, what do the Bloods do? Are they booling in the butt? Yep. Also, we are extremely juvenile, and yeah, whatever. Fuck you. All right.
You fucking smacked me in the ass, you dumb fuck.
All right, here we go. Hold on, sorry. There you go.
Oh.
There you go. There you go. Sorry. Yeah. Okay. I think we're good now.
Yeah.
I think we're good. I'm waiting for the audio to come over here. So.
Make sure it clicks in. You always got to make sure it's on the back end because sometimes we be broadcasting and
It's just so far behind.
well, yeah, whatever. It's gonna have a lag. It's better than laggy than not broadcasting at all. Also, we realized we're on freaking mute the whole time. But it happens. It happens. Good? We figured it out? Sounds a little echoey. Meow. Like,
Yeah, it was a little echoey. I think we're good now, though.
Oh, yeah, now you sound crystal. That's dope.
You know, I just gotta make sure. Like, sometimes when we had some technical difficulties before we started. I thought I was gonna lose my computer for about 5 minutes there.
Yeah, that was scary.
So that was not good.
We almost didn't have a show. at all.
Almost.
But I guess you figured it out now. Nothing's actually
I hope so.
happened. Yeah.
I hope I figured it out.
Nothing's actually happened.
Oh, okay, yeah, there we go. All right, now we're good. Thank you. All right. Thank Christ.
Sounds solid.
I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're okay. I think we found it. I think we figured it out. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1. Thank you all for joining us. Pushing through these little technical difficulties and little snafus that we tend to come across every once in a while here.
It does happen.
In the row 1, seat 1 studios. It's just a product of me trying to do too much, you know?
Right.
I have 2 computers. I think I'm just going to start dedicating one computer to doing one thing and another computer to doing this. I think that's fair. You know, I think that's I think I've earned that. So fuck you. But anyway, thank you for joining us. Joey Fats Radio, row 1, seat 1, live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. It is good to be with y'all. 774-992-8702. Let me plug this in so we can take those phone calls should you want to get your thoughts and opinions out there. things look a little bit different. We're working on things here tonight. Okay, so we're changing shit up here. I got a new camera in front of me on an old tripod, which I don't know if is the right call. I'm gonna have to watch the show later on. Like I'm thinking maybe I push it back.
Yeah, give yourself a little bit more space.
Yeah, give me because I feel like it's right in my face like that. Now I feel it's a little bit better.
Yeah, you'd probably be all right.
Probably all right. Sean could not join us tonight. He had some things to tend to at home.
Yep.
Very important things. So we don't, we're not slave drivers here. We don't demand that you be here for this unpaid, basically, what I would call an internship at this point. I mean, let's just be real.
No,
it is what it is.
Yeah, we're just hanging.
But we got a great show lined up for you tonight. We're gonna talk a lot of football. A lot of football. I mean, pretty much all the football, right?
I mean, it's about that time of the season, bro. We're right in the thick of things.
Right in the thick of things. So the playoff race is heating up. We're getting to it. It is getting down to the nitty gritty. The final, 6 weeks of the season now are upon us.
I mean, it was an interesting week, I guess.
It was a very interesting week. We will get into a little bit of college.
I would say, what do you want to start out with in the NFL, like, about this week? Because there's like a lot of
There's
things.
a lot. We'll get to it.
Got to call the Chiefs out on their bullshit again.
Of course.
Yep.
We'll get to that. We'll do the Chiefs and the Raiders Friday. We'll cover all the Thanksgiving Day shit. So, we're just because we're going to be 5 days after the fact does not mean we're not going to talk about it. So we will sit here. I got some opinions on things. Matt Eberflus got fired in Chicago Friday morning.
Yep.
And rightfully so. But also
over a Zoom call too, right?
I don't.
Is that alleged?
I don't know if that's actually
true. It was
true.
over like a Zoom call.
Don't know if that's actually true.
Oh, okay.
But we'll get into that. We'll get into the debacle in Detroit with the Bears, and them letting the Lions basically off the hook because, in my opinion, both Matt Eberflus and Caleb Williams are completely incompetent and in way over their heads.
Bro, you had a whole down left, bro.
We'll get into the college. We'll start off with college football because I feel like there was a lot. We don't talk a lot of college football on this show.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of college,
but there's
football,
a lot of college.
So...
There's a lot of shit to talk about. I mean, we got the Heisman race, which I think is down to 2 now. We'll talk about the playoffs, the projected playoff brackets that are coming out. Where you think your favorite team is going to land, who's going to be where. All that good stuff. 774-992-8702.
Look at Southern Methodist squeaking into number 3, bro. Like, what?
No, are they number 3?
Yeah, it's projected. Week 15, 12-team CFP bracket projection right here on ESPN. Boise State 4, Oregon 1, SMU number 3, and Texas number 2. And then you got Arizona.
That can't be right.
And then you got first round, Arizona, Penn State. Then you got Tennessee, Ohio with 9 and 8. And then you got Bama and Dame with 11 and 6. This is projection, so this is what they're feeling like everything's going to be done with.
What are you talking about?
What? What's going on? Oh, Jesus. No.
Now Facebook's telling me my shit's too low. Like, come on. If the stream looks fucked up, somebody tell us. If the video looks
honestly, dude, I'm looking at it on Facebook and it looks fine.
Yeah, Facebook keeps telling me, like, my shit's not good enough. And I'm like, no, you guys are the fucking assholes that tell me it's too good all the time. I had to dumb this shit down for you. So, fuck you, Facebook. Like,
I don't know. Yo, where's that Atomic Rhino at, kid?
Oh, no, I got some new Soul Slap.
Oh, new?
New.
All right, so watch out. Don't go diving my face in like a fat kid with cake,
It's a twist top.
Diving my face in some Soul Slap. Here we go.
Yeah, you got to twist. You got to twist the top off of that one. Push down like a medicine bottle. Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna hit you hard.
Oh yeah, right. So high up.
Yep.
Oh, that's the difference between some new shit and some old.
That's the good shit
That's
right there.
That's the good shit. Give me a little bit more of that. All right.
Paul's ready to go.
For a little while, and then I crash hard.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. I've been up since like 6 in the morning. 6, yeah, whatever. I'm like, fuck. Yeah, I know. No excuses here, but whatever. Fuck you.
But anyhow, if anybody, if the stream sounds or looks stupid, please someone chime in the chat and let us know.
W's in the chat, bro.
Just give us a holler so I can fix it, because if it doesn't look or sound right, I want to make sure I can get it right, because I can get it right. I just don't know if it's not.
Yeah.
If it's not, it looks good on our end. It sounds good on our end.
Yep.
I've double and triple checked. I'm just sorry. I'm being wicked paranoid about it, because I'm like,
Yeah, I don't know why.
it's
Like I
it's
said,
just-
if it's fucked up, just throw us a W in the chat, and we'll know what that means, and we'll fix it. You know.
all right, everything sounds okay on this end, so
I think
we'll
it's solid,
we'll roll with it. All right, so let's.
So yeah, this is the projection. Week 15, 12 teams.
Yeah, so we've got
projection.
the conference. These conference championships are this weekend. You got Texas, Georgia, Oregon, Penn State. Who else is playing? Clemson and Southern Methodist. SMU, the Pony Express is back. Miami fumbled the bag big time. I am so disappointed in my Hurricanes.
That's a rough
I
one,
can't
bro.
even begin to tell you how annoyed I am at that.
Yeah. What do you want to know? The Saturday matchups? Because there's Friday matchups too, but that's...
No, that's. I mean, whatever. The matchups are the matchups. I don't care so much about the matchups as much as
Yeah, I mean, like, Boise State plays UNLV, but they're ranked 20th. Like, who cares? Like, I guess, like, they should win that game.
So
And no one cares about...
the bottom line is like it's not about, like, we kind of know who's getting in. Like, okay, regardless of like Georgia and the outcome of Georgia Texas, that, like, both of those teams are getting in. Right? So
Right,
we know
right.
they're getting in. We know Oregon's getting in.
Yep.
Like,
2 and 5 are getting
the
in.
only teams that are on, like, kind of that are skirting the skirting the edge that were in pretty much all season that might not get in are Alabama and Miami. And quite frankly, even in my opinion, a 3-loss Alabama team probably, and this is coming from, this kills me to say it, but they're probably more deserving than a 2-loss Miami team.
A 3-loss Bama
A
team?
3-loss Bama team is
Harder
going to be.
schedule, bro.
They're going to be more. They're more capable than Miami is at this point, and that sucks to say because Miami has probably the best quarterback in college football. They have the best offense in college football, which also might be the only thing that keeps them, that gets them in.
Now, do they get
as
in
a 2-loss
by, now,
team.
do they have points breakers and stuff like
No,
that?
this
I
is
don't know
all
how-
based on the committee.
Yeah,
So I don't know how they do it. I don't know what they're going to do, how they're going to say. I honestly, this is the first time we've seen 12
doesn't
teams.
like Miami's like, no.
And you know how
yeah.
you know how the national media treats Miami. They hate them.
Oh, they hate them, bro.
Hate the fucking
Convicts, bro.
Hurricanes.
They've always been convicts, bro.
Yep.
They've been that way forever
They
now.
they are the renegades of college football, so they don't get any love from anybody. And you know what? That's fine. Fuck it. Honestly, we didn't deserve any love this year.
Yeah. How the fuck are you in a t-shirt right now, by the way?
What? What do you mean?
I'm about to, like, I am pissed I don't have, like, my wool socks on right
Are
now.
you that cold? You are such a puss.
I need to move to Florida.
Dude.
Anyway, or Texas
I'm in
somewhere.
flip-flops, gym shorts, and a
I
t-shirt.
got my Crocs on, and I am
Well,
regretting the
there you-
shit out
there's
of it.
half
Well,
your
you said
problem.
you got flip-flops on.
Yeah, but I got socks on with my flip-flops. So.
Oh, see, I don't. I'm just in. I got sweats and a sweatshirt.
Well, yeah, you gotta wear socks. It's winter, dude. It's 30 degrees out.
Yeah, but I'm not going outside much. I just run
You're
to my truck.
fucking- you're
Got
a fucking
glass of heat in my truck and
boner.
cooks these.
But let's get into Saturday's games. I don't care so much about the projections and who's going to get in and who's not, because quite frankly, like, that's out of our control, and I don't know enough about it to speak on it,
Right.
you know, in any kind of great detail. But what I did see this past weekend that I thought was a lot of fun was there was a lot of post-game fights.
Yeah, it was popping up all over the place.
Everywhere, like, especially the Ohio State-Michigan game. So
Right.
Michigan, I think they were, 19.5-point underdogs to Ohio State.
Oh, probably. They're not even ranked, bro.
Go into Ohio State, beat their asses, which I
Beautiful.
want to say I love, because there's few things in life I hate more than Ohio State. But Michigan might be one of those things that I hate more than Ohio State.
I don't hate Michigan. They don't really mean anything to me. I kind of like them, like they're cool.
You know why I
like,
hate Michigan?
Blue and yellow. Like,
You know why I hate
who
Michigan?
knows?
Because when they were supposed to win for, 20 years of my life, they didn't. And
Right.
then when they're supposed to lose, they don't. And outside, I have one friend who's a Michigan. We have one friend who's a Michigan fan that I like and respect.
Yep.
And then every other person I know that roots for Michigan outside of him is a fucking, just a suckbag. And I just can't stand them. I can't stand any of their pro teams, their sports takes. I don't know. Something about being a Michigan fan just screams, I don't know shit about what I'm talking about.
I just had to pick what the cool team.
Yeah,
something.
like I didn't want to be Ohio State or Alabama or Miami, so I latched on to Michigan because
Right, and I might want to be relevant one day and be in a conversation because my team's not going to totally suck all the time.
Just fuck Michigan, dude. I don't know. They suck. I can't fucking stand them. I hated Harbaugh when he was there.
I like their white uniforms. They're cool.
Listen, I don't mind their uniforms. I think the uniform's the only thing that I don't mind about them.
That's what I mean. I don't really.
But like, dude, like,
kinda whack.
how many fucking times do you guys have to show up and be like, "Oh, we're number 1 or number 2," and then absolutely fucking step on your own dick, fuck it up, and ruin the entire season for everybody?
Get bitch slapped by somebody who we all hate to win, and they do.
Cough,
it again.
Appalachian State. Cough, cough. Like, yeah, maybe I'm still mad about that. I don't know, but like, yeah, you know, because Michigan pisses me off. Like, they just piss me off as a program.
Yeah. I always thought that, like, they didn't really mean much to you or anything like that. I didn't think that you really gave a fuck
They
about
really
them.
didn't for a long time.
Like, on the radar.
But over the years,
Did you really care last year that they won?
I was mad they won.
Were you?
I didn't want them to win. The only again, T was the only person I was happy for.
Who did they beat again?
Was it Washington? Yeah, wasn't it?
Penix
the mighty,
that was
the
so
mighty Penix
lame. What an easy
laser.
road, though. I mean, not really. Yeah.
No, because they beat Bama, or right, they beat Bama before that, or was that?
Yeah,
Washington. They beat somebody good right before. Was it Texas or Bama? I forget.
Yeah, somebody.
Whatever.
Well, they had to get there, so obviously
and it was a playoff, so they got there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I forget. College, like you said, I don't.
They were a really good team last year, and not for nothing, but like, you look at what Michigan lost. Like their quarterback goes to the NFL. Half their roster gets drafted.
Right.
Their head coach goes to the NFL. They get they got completely gutted.
Yes.
And then they come into Ohio State and they beat a ranked Ohio State team on their own turf.
It's like, what?
That just goes to show you how how good these big schools are and how much depth and talent they really have. And like, it's crazy to me to think that like 10 years ago, Michigan would have been like a 3-win team this year. Because they're so depleted. Like, you lose your coach, you're starting fresh, like, you're not coming out and
you're not beating Saban in his prime and Bama.
You're not coming into Ohio State and beating Ohio State. Y'all couldn't come into Ohio State and beat Ohio State when you were like number 1 and 2.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
was
get the
Clemson
fuck out of here.
Still good 10 years ago.
Clemson.
Were they still good? Was that Deshaun Watson 2017?
Yeah, 20. That was 18, 17, 16, somewhere in there.
Yeah.
I think 16, 17 was Deshaun.
Almost.
But like, I don't know. Michigan just pisses me off. They're one of those teams that I'm like, and I hate Ohio State because I'm still fucking mad about the 2002 fucking national championship in Miami.
I'm still mad about
You're damn right I'm still fucking mad about that. That was bullshit.
Yeah, I'm still
Straight
mad about
bullshit. Even Chris Gamble knew that game was over. He was like, well, fuck, we lost. And next thing you know, the ref's like, no, you didn't.
Yep.
Not on my watch, bro.
Yeah, bullshit.
And that was just absolute trash. But, you know, I hate Ohio State, but like Michigan, I don't know. I feel like because, like, I hated Jim Tressel in his fucking sweater vest.
Yep, sweater vest.
You know, I hated Vernon Golston and all these dudes that came out of Ohio State, like, the great players, but, like, I just hated them. Like, no, fuck you.
There are players
they
that
are a
go to
fucking
the
straight.
NFL.
They are a straight football factory, dude. Like, they just produce
I know.
NFL talent.
Yeah, it's like
at a rate
so
you can
many
measure by the
good
minute. It's
players
crazy.
That come out of there, and I'm just like, every time I hear it, I'm like, oh, I love that guy. And they're like, you know, so and so, you know,
AJ Hawk. You're like, no.
Oh, yeah, the Ohio State. And I was like, all right. Like, I still like you, but like, that sucks. Like,
it is a negative, but whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I think Michigan has taken Ohio State's spot on my number 1 most hated list. Because, like, now we're 22 years removed from the national championship.
Yeah.
Ohio State has butt-fucked me several fucking times over the years, winning nationals championships.
And myself,
you know, several times over.
Beat the Ducks.
But they have players that I've liked.
Yeah.
And I've kind of grown to like, and I love their colors. I do. I think the red and the silver is sick.
The silver, white, and red is
it's just a dope look.
It's a sick color
You know,
scheme.
it's a dope look. It's way better than fucking gross-ass yellow and blue.
Oh, facts. I'll take the Ohio State colors over Michigan all
Hell, hands down. And not for nothing, but, like, I don't know. Like, Ohio State, when they're supposed to win, they win.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and when they're not supposed to win, they win.
Yeah.
Unlike Michigan, who's just like, we lose. We're supposed to win, we lose. We're supposed to lose, we also lose. We're supposed to win, we lost again.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Like, we're just gonna lose, and we're gonna not lose. We're gonna keep losing until the losing stops losing.
Yep.
You're like, huh?
And then we're randomly gonna butt fuck this.
And then
number 2
one
team.
time when we're not supposed to win, we're gonna be like, ha ha.
Yeah, against a really solid squad.
Yeah.
Like,
no, they just piss me off. I can't stand them.
right.
And so the fight that broke out because the Michigan players, which I don't know if you have a problem with this. I personally don't have a problem with it. When the team takes the flag and they plant it at midfield and, after a win, in the opposing team stadium. Like, I mean, I know it's a symbolic gesture and it is a giant middle finger to the other team. But I'm going to say this. I don't have a problem with it either way. I don't have a problem with the team that won going and planting their flag at midfield of the visitors' field.
Right.
I also don't have a problem with the home team retaliating and basically starting an all-out brawl after the game because they did that.
Right.
I think that's what college football is really all about.
I agree. I got to say, protect your home turf and don't let it be disrespected because that's where you lay it all out on the line with your boys and your brothers and all that shit. But at the same time, don't let another team win.
Yeah, I mean, it goes both ways for me.
Like, don't let that team win because guess what they're going to go do, bro? They're going to stomp that fucking flag and stomp in your face, and they have every right to do so. They just beat your ass and busted their ass to win it. That's what football's all about, bro. It's people don't realize, like, they just watch these guys play on Saturday and Sunday in the NFL, and they don't realize all the work and all the time behind the scenes that it takes to get there. Not to, like, say preach like I fucking know something about hard work in my life. You know what I mean? Like, listen to me go. But I'm just saying, like, it's the intensity and the emotions and shit that go through when you win, bro. Absolutely. I'm, like, all for it. I think it should be allowed like fighting is in hockey.
I mean, I'm totally for letting these teams, like...
I'm not saying encouraging it.
But when it happens...
I don't want to see guys getting thrown off teams and suspended and shit for fighting because of it.
Also that.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
I want immunity amongst players. If that gesture... Now, the team who does it first, if they win, they don't get faulted. Like I said, it's like fighting in hockey. If this so happens to happen, they get a brawl and nobody gets ejected or suspended the next week. It just is what it is. You know what I mean? I think that would be cool.
I like it.
And so
I mean, I don't mind it because, again, it's like you have a like you go to. I am fucking so fucking aggravated. Hold on.
Mid-show adjustments. You want to pull that back a little for you?
No. Yeah, maybe a little bit. Let's go right here.
Let me go back and see what it looks like.
There we go. Okay, right there's good. No, we're fine. I'm just like, I'm so crowded over here. I'm like, why am I so fucking like close? Like, I'm like dinging my elbows off shit. I feel uncomfortable in my own fucking skin right now.
Yeah, it's weird.
Just, I don't know if you've looked at me, but I should never feel uncomfortable in my own skin.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not saying I'm a Greek god, but I'm like a demigod at this point, right? Right? Am I right?
Get on with the fucking show.
If you're gonna go and stab your flag in midfield, right? I have no problem with that. Like you're you just came in, especially as 19-point underdogs, right? Like Michigan was 19.5-point underdogs. Yeah. You come into one of the hardest places in the world to win a game. I'm not just going in like. I'm not talking just college football. I mean, like in all sports.
Right.
This is one of the Ohio State. When Ohio State is a good team, is one of the most difficult arenas to win a football game, a sporting event in, across all sports. I should say, it's one of the most difficult places to achieve a victory in all of sports.
Right.
You come in there as 19.5-point dogs, and you win. Listen, man, I'm not saying – look, I've always been a big fan of, like, being a gracious winner. Right? I mean, anybody says, oh, you should be a gracious loser. Like, fuck that. Like, show me a good loser, I'll show you a loser.
Right.
But when you win, I'm a big fan of winning with grace. That is one of my few things that, like, I kind of, like, if I win, I'm going to shake your hand. Hey, man. And it's not patronizing. Like, I'm not trying to be patronizing or anything. Like, hey, great battle. Like, it was awesome. Like, good job.
Right,
like,
that's what we're here for.
It's what we came to do. Like, sorry you guys suck, but also, like, whatever.
Little backhanded compliment.
I mean, I can talk a little shit if I want to. But also, when you feel that disrespected coming into a game and those emotions are coming out of you at the end of that game, and you're sitting there and you're fired the fuck up and you're so proud to wear the uniform that you're wearing, and you grab that flag, like fucking like fucking Mel Gibson in The Patriot, and you're running with it, and you're like, fuck yeah, and you stab it into the ground, and you're like, this is our territory now. I get that.
Right.
And that is what makes college football so awesome. The emotion.
It does.
The pure, raw emotion of it all. And then on the flip side of the coin, if you're Ohio State and like you're out there and like dapping everybody up, and then some dude comes up and puts the flag down, oh, hell nah.
Right.
Hell nah, man. You got your win. Go to your sideline and celebrate.
Right.
Get the fuck off my field.
Yeah.
Go over there. Go celebrate in your locker room. Don't do that shit in front of me.
Right.
Because now you're disrespecting me. Now you're basically you're shitting on my lawn.
Right.
Like you just came up to my house and took a dump in my front lawn.
All my friends and family in the stands are looking at me like, yo, you gonna let him do that, bro?
Yo, it's disrespect. And like as a man, I get that.
Yep.
So why don't we let it be?
I say let it be.
You know?
Make it like hockey, bro. That'd be so
that happened
dope.
in what? That happened in two games, I believe.
Yeah, I think it was 2.
I forget what the other one was.
I forget. I saw it. I fucking saw it, and I was like, I remember thinking to myself, like, another one?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
but it was awesome.
Because I can't remember if I saw the Michigan one first or the one that we're talking about first. Okay, but I just remember thinking, like, damn, 2, like, fuck, like, what the hell's going on in college football
like that
today?
adds, and like in college football, like we know rivalries are everything.
Yeah, and
So
there's
when
a
you
lot
see-
of them, too.
When you see 100-year-old rivalry like Michigan-Ohio State,
Yeah.
and then they're beefing after the game,
Yeah.
because of shit like that,
Especially when...
bro. Now I'm looking forward to that game next year already.
That's what I'm saying. Especially even when one of those teams isn't ranked or it don't mean shit. Like, it was still a big fucking game. And the fact that the unranked team came in and gave them the fucking business.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that makes it even, like, that just puts it over the top. You
That's
know
what I'm
I mean?
saying.
Like,
And we all know, like, college football, the best thing about college football is the tradition,
yeah.
the history, the rivalries.
Yeah, man. This shit.
That's what makes college football. Because it's certainly not the quality of play on the field, let's be honest. We all know that has its fucking, like...
You see the top tier teams execute shit, but it's generally because the defenses are just absolute Swiss cheese half the time. I mean, let's fucking face it,
vice
bro.
versa, or the other offense is just absolute ass.
Yeah, you very rarely see, like...
Because, like, let's keep in mind, like, Spencer Rattler at one point was considered a really good college quarterback.
Yeah.
And now he can't even get a sniff of the field in the NFL.
Yeah.
And
I
probably
don't think
never will.
you don't see a lot of, like, 12-play drives end in 7, like, consecutively for college teams. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the good,
12 to 15,
unless they're playing a shit team that,
I'm saying, but usually they rip one off for like 80 yards, and it's like and then
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? It's always like some kind of or a fucking sack fumble for the other way. Like when it's that dominant, like I just always feel like there's like a lopsidedness to college. Like generally, like almost every game, not all of them. You see your good,
I think as the NIL continues to exist,
right?
As it continues to exist in the context of
Right.
which it is,
Yes.
okay?
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
It will allow for an equality economy within the context of college football as it exists.
Yeah.
Okay?
Nice word salad.
Yeah.
I like that.
Not bad, right? I'm getting better.
Yeah.
God,
Those kids.
I am just so fucking glad we don't have to listen to 4 years of that dumb cunt talk. Anyway, did I say that out loud? Whoops, this is a sports show. Just kidding. We talk about whatever the fuck we decide we want to.
Yeah.
So if you don't like that shit, then don't listen.
Yeah.
But that's okay.
You can go follow Ellen DeGeneres in
Yeah.
the fucking UK.
Yeah. Or move to Canada before it becomes the 51st state.
Trudeau's gonna weigh his options. He's
Yeah,
got options.
he's got options. America's hat could be, the 51st state.
Hey,
Fuck it.
that'd be
That'd be
dope.
crazy if we made Canada the 51st state before Puerto Rico.
They'd be so pissed. They'd be like, yo, bro. I'd be like, hey, guys, no fucking...
That'd just be the illest flex ever.
Yeah, nothing against you guys or nothing, but
It's like, we're just America. We just keep.
They got really bombed
we just
ski
came.
mountains.
We just came here to.
love that shit.
We just fuck shit up and conquer.
Yeah,
Fuck
right,
you.
right. They got oil and ski
We already
mountains. Y'all
own.
got
We already
rum.
own. We already own Puerto Rico.
Yeah,
Or as Russell Crowe would say, Puerto Ricans.
yeah. Maybe Trump will send the National Guard down there and clean that fucking place up next.
Yeah, get rid of that trash problem. Who knows? But anyhow, back to sports.
I was talking about the gangs and shit, but yeah, sure. Yeah.
What was I talking about? The context? The NIL shit. So
Yeah,
I think what you're going to see now going forward, though, is I think you're going to see more parity across college football, where like the Georgias, the Bamas, the LSUs, the Clemsons, the Michigans, the Ohio States, those teams aren't going to be like 10 levels ahead of, say, like a Rutgers team or a Kansas
SMU.
team. Indiana, SMU, and those little flare-up schools,
Right.
You're gonna see more of those now.
Yeah, because
you're gonna
get
start.
good
You're gonna
recruits.
start to know, like, if you weren't a big college football fan or you didn't follow college,
Right.
like all of a sudden you're gonna, in a couple of years, you might know who George Mason is.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about the person. I'm talking about the school. Or like, you might know, that like all that, Columbia has a college football program.
Right.
Well,
think about it. It allows these top tier fucking recruits to stay close to home now instead of going halfway across the goddamn country to Ohio or wherever the fuck they're gonna go to these big schools to get noticed.
Well,
they can make money, take care of their family, stay home.
who's a Michigan alum and loves Michigan football?
Portnoy?
Aside from him, Larry Ellison's wife.
Oh, I heard this.
So-
Oracle, right? Is that Oracle?
Oracle.
Yeah, billionaire
So-
Larry Ellison.
Who do you think is going to be a big donor to Michigan football coming up
Right,
in the next couple of years because they
Right.
want to see them be good?
right,
And like we just said, that whole team just got gutted.
right. They're gonna get recruits back.
They are going to get. They could turn into a monster of a program. And is it going to be a battle?
Return back to.
Is it going to become a battle of? Well, they were never not a monster program. They were always one of the blue bloods. They were always one of the, the things.
Top tier.
But you know who has the most money? I think it was like of all alum, like all people, like people who graduated from schools,
Phil
like
Knight.
who actually has the most money. Not, I mean, just in general,
Nike guy.
like across all graduates.
Oh.
Like everybody who graduated from that school, like collectively, how much money they went on to make.
Oh yeah.
Texas A&M,
Huh? No shit.
agriculture, bro,
Yeah.
farms, big food.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Bill
You're talking-
Gates is running your front.
You're talking. So if everybody from A&M, and then one of my buddies told me this the other day, and it made a shit ton of sense, and I looked it up, and I knew this because I had a friend that went to A&M back in the day, and when you talk about the farming and the oil money. That comes out of that people who have graduated from A&M, the people that are boosters to that school,
Right.
bro. If A&M decide, like, if all the people who graduated from A&M decide, like, hey, we want our football team to run the shit,
Yankees, bitch. We're going.
pretty much, bro. They're gonna be like, what do you need?
Buy this kid.
We have billions at our disposal.
Right.
Like, so
Yeah.
that's where this is all going. So while you're going to have the landscape of college football, like whatever your dad's college football landscape looked like,
Yep.
throw it the fuck out. It's gone. It's dead. It's
Yep.
never coming back.
This is the new one.
This
the one
is-
that Saban said was ruined.
And listen, I'm not going to say Saban was wrong because, again, we don't know the unintended or the unseen consequences of these actions yet.
Don't know what he has.
We simply don't know what he has.
Yeah.
Thank
but
you, Black Tony
this,
Blair.
Yeah, this will take a couple of years for the ripple effect to kind of see like what smoothens out at the end.
And then we'll
of
see
it.
it. But at the end of the day, as long as the NCAA isn't able to get rich off the backs of these fucking kids that are playing football and making them billions of dollars on an annual basis while getting suspended for getting free tattoos because they are who they are,
right.
like, that's all I care about because Mark Emmert might be the biggest fucking prick in the history of sports, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, not that, I think Charlie Baker's going to be any better, but Mark Emmert was one of the biggest, and I will just say it, fucking faggots to ever fucking preside over any sports league. That dude fucking ruined kids' lives
Right.
because him and all his buddies had a fucking ego.
Right.
And that shit pissed me off. When they did some of the shit they did.
Well, they got it. They fucked the U up, right?
They fucked the U. They fucked Ohio State that year. Like, they have fucked everybody and anybody selectively when they have wanted to fuck them.
Right.
And that is it.
Probably when they didn't play ball and grease pockets or some shit
Dude,
like
it's just
that.
no.
behind
They
doors.
were just scumbag fucking people running a business, and they didn't give
At
a
the
deal.
expense of these kids.
Yeah, and they sit there like, oh well, we care about the kids and their education.
Yeah.
Fuck you, bro.
$800 textbooks,
No, you
bitch.
fucking don't, dude. No one we all know you're full of shit. Go fuck yourself. I fucking loathe that man. I see his stupid little fucking round mousy face, and I just want to punch it.
What's this guy's name?
Mark Emmert,
I gotta look him up.
former president of the NCAA. He was a fucking scumbag. Is a fucking scumbag. He is just an asshole amongst assholes. Like, he was the one that South Park parodied when they were like, when Cartman was like, I'm Eric Theodore Cartman. How do you get around paying your slaves? And he's like, sir, our student athletes are highly valued here. He goes, oh, student athletes. I like that. Like,
Yeah, I love that.
that's fun way to name your slaves.
I've seen him
Yeah.
before, but I didn't know that's who he
Absolute
was.
scumbag prick.
Yeah, he looks like one of those good old boys. Looks like the dude that hangs out with like George Bush Jr. on like the weekends to go play golf and shit. Now what? No, dude.
I know.
I want to send so many of those to you, but I know it will get so annoying.
It really doesn't, because they all make me laugh.
With the that damn music.
With the fucking, what was that, the Chicago
the Michael
Bulls?
Jordan theme song. Whatever the hell.
No, I love that shit. Those never get old to me.
No, but yeah, well, his
But-
son rather.
But no, but as long as like the kids who are playing now are able to cash in and use their own likeness to make money,
Good.
without penalty, I am so fine with it, because I am so sick and tired of people sitting there like, oh, well, they get their college education for free. Yeah, like, that's fucking worth anything anyway. Like, maybe 30, 40 years ago, like, you could sell me that line of bullshit.
Yeah,
Now,
no shit.
everybody's got a fucking bachelor's degree. Go fuck yourself. Like,
Yeah.
they're worthless.
And the richest people are over there with a camera
Yeah.
flashing their titties, making what, $48 million? What's that girl?
Dude, who cares? Livy Doon.
Something Rain?
Look at Livy
No, the
Doon.
OnlyFans chick.
No, I'm saying Livy Doon wasn't able to do what she's doing now
Right.
10 years ago.
No.
She would have been kicked off the team, like, everything
Yeah,
would have been
facts.
gone.
Now it's like fine.
Smoked, like smoked, scorched earth, and like that to me is crazy. But yes, most of my friends now that make the most money, that have the most, that earn the most, tradesmen, electricians, plumbers,
Yep.
whatever, somebody who can do a special skill.
Because
working
all
hands.
these moron OnlyFans people don't know how to do shit, so they call these idiots and they're just like $8,000, and they're like, fine.
Can you be here tomorrow?
Yep. They don't give a shit.
It's like, can you come put an electrical outlet in my house? I need to plug in more cameras and lights. They're like, I can't get there today. I'm pretty booked. I'll give you $10,000. Like, all right, I'll be there in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Because they're literally gonna make $10,000 in about what, 10 minutes. Some of
I
them
mean,
chicks.
obviously we're
well,
exaggerating,
I'm talking
but
top tier chicks,
but
like
because
the top of the top.
the point you're making is that people on OnlyFans now are selling fucking feet pictures and not even putting their face out there, making tens of thousands of
Bro,
dollars.
that girl makes $5 million more than Jason Tatum a year.
Isn't that nuts?
She made $5 million more.
And you know what the crazy thing about feet pics? That, like, your feet never age. If you take care of them, they never age.
Yeah.
It's not like if you're out there showing your ass and titties,
Right.
eventually you're gonna get old, and the thing that is making you money is gonna go away because
Right. Or you're just gonna have to cater
father
to a different
time is going to erode,
demographic.
or you're going to cater to a different demographic, and I don't know how many. I don't know. We are,
It's an ass for every seat.
but we are breeding a generation of simps. So by the
Yeah.
time like kids in their 20s now hit 50s, and they're like, "Oh, look at this old pog.
Yeah.
she's
yo,
65.
Jesus
Look at that.
Christ.
Look at that pog.
Jesus.
Hold on, let me take a Hims. Maybe
This shit's busting.
Maybe I'll feel something. This is busting on God, on God."
God, that generation's gonna suck when it's older.
Dude, right, fucking right, bro. Jesus Christ.
We'll all be done. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. But no, it's just it's one of those things. Like, I'm just happy now that college athletes are able to make the money that they deserve to be making.
Right.
Because imagine how much money Tim Tebow could have made when he was in college, dude.
Oh my God.
Just being Tim Tebow.
Bro.
Dude, all that kid would have to do was show up to like mega church and give a fucking speech about God, and they'd be like, "Here's $15 million, Tim. Thanks. That's what we got in the. Oh, by the way, that's half of what we got in the donation jar today."
Yeah, like
You
that
know?
guy who bought that private jet because he had to go to Israel to see that bird thing. I needed that private jet.
I
was
needed
like,
that
yeah,
private
I'm sure
jet."
you did, bro. I got it for a damn good price of $80 million.
Yeah, I got
What?
it for a damn good price, and I had to go see that birthing because that was the second coming of Jesus
Yeah,
Christ, or at
yeah.
least we thought. It turns out it wasn't, but we thought it might have been.
What was that guy's
And
name?
was this all tax exempt? Yes, it was. Now, is that legal? Kinda. But I got a really good tax guy, so it's totally legal. I promise you, you ain't even got to worry about anything.
Kenneth Copeland.
Yeah.
That's his
It's like mega church people. God, I don't know.
mega church.
Is there anything where, like, I am so not anti-religion. Like, I think religion's a good thing for the most part, especially Christianity. I think it's a good thing, at least to have, like, you know, in your life. And this is very off-topic rant.
Remember that South Park episode where it doesn't exist and there's like flying cars and all that shit? That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I
they're
just-
all like, the French Chinese think they have a right to Hawaii. Fuck them.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It's
the
always gonna be a
United
problem.
Atheist Alliance.
Right.
Like, it's there's still going to be a problem. Doesn't matter. Religion's just an excuse. But religion is the cause of a lot of problems. I do believe in that. But also, I believe that religion, if it's not taken that seriously, is a good thing. You know, I'm not saying the further away from God we have strayed as a country, the worse it's got. But also, the further away from God we've got as a country, it's, you know, things are a little questionable now. You know, you got 18-year-old girls who are barely, you know, they hit their 18th birthday and they're like, OnlyFans, I'm making money. And you're like, ugh, good luck with the husband hunt.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, I guess if Riley Reid can get married and have a kid,
Yeah.
After all that, I guess anybody
And
can.
honestly, if I'm making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year, if not a little bit more, whatever, then I don't fucking care about no husband. I mean,
no, I mean, I think, I'm not going back to the Harrison Butker speech and all that shit.
yeah,
But,
fuck that. No,
you know,
yeah.
R.I.P. his knee. Too bad. You know, the one chief I really, truly liked.
Yeah, I did like him too.
But, no, I think NIL is going to bring, again, to circle back to this, I think it's going to bring a lot more parity to the NCAA. And you're going to see over the next couple of years, teams like Miami, Michigan, Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, like all those, Texas, all those big teams
Yep.
are going to be mainstays.
Student parking lot's about to be lit,
Bro.
bro. Yo, damn, fucking brand new like Veneno, whatever, fucking Lambo, whatever the hell that shit
You're
is.
gonna
Kids
have
rolling up in
fucking
crazy shit.
19-year-old seniors rolling up in $300 million cars before long. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know that there's one that costs that much, but
No,
whatever.
$3 million, sure.
Well, you know what I meant.
Well, there's one kid from Miami who the Miami-Dade Lamborghini was just like, yeah, we'll give you a nil sponsorship, and he was like, okay. So I'm pretty sure they just gave him a car. And he
Yeah,
was
you
like,
get a company car, bro.
Yeah,
It's like a NASCAR. When
that's
when
damn nil deal.
you drive
fuck
you
yeah,
drive a
dude.
Chevy. What do you want?
Yep.
Go on the lot, pick what you want. You want
Right.
a truck? You want a vet? You want this? You want that?
CL1
whatever.
bitch. Yep.
I mean, Jeff Gordon was a big Camaro guy, so he had all sorts of Camaros.
CL1
You know,
bitch.
cool.
Yep.
I mean, which is neat. You know,
Yeah.
I'd be pretty bummed if I was driving for Ford at that point. I'd be like,
What's the best thing you?
can you cut me a deal with like Nissan?
Yeah, I'd be like, what else does Ford own?
At that point, if I was a Chevy guy in NASCAR right now, I would be like so ecstatic. I'd be pushing for Cadillac to get it. I'd be like, yes, get Cadillacs into
Yeah,
NASCAR.
yeah, yeah.
I need a Blackwing
Do they
and I
have
need it
plans
yesterday.
for that, or I know they're getting
Well,
in F1, but
Camaro's leaving. The Camaro's being discontinued, so
Oh, so now
NASCAR's
they
going to
need
have
to
to
do-
find a new. But Chevy does have. The problem is Chevy doesn't have right now. They don't have any production V8s that they could put in place of the Camaro.
because it's got to be homogenized,
Correct. So
homologated.
homologated.
Homogenized is fucking milk.
Milk.
Jesus Christ.
Would you like that milk?
Yeah, I don't know why I
Would you like-
said
no,
that.
that's
I'm
pasteurized,
sorry.
you idiot.
No, homogenized
that-
too.
Yeah. Would you like that milk pasteurized? No, just up to my boobs. It's fine.
Yeah. Fucking idiot.
I am
dude.
so thrilled that Cadillac
Give me
is
some
going
soul slap.
to F1 because God, did we talk about that last week?
Yes.
We did. Okay. I'm thrilled for that. Still,
Whoa.
yeah, shit hits.
Wow. Okay.
Lauren took a little sniffy poo of it, and she was like, "Oh my God, my eyes."
Sniffy poos.
Little sniffy poozle. But anyway, so yeah, college football is fun. It's gonna get funner. Please stay tuned.
Go Oregon Ducks, bitch.
Yeah, you're rooting for your Duckies. I'm just praying to God Miami can get in the tournament. Because listen, if you get in, right now, like the last projection that I saw for Miami getting in, they were like the 11th seed, and that would have matched them up with Notre Dame at 6. And if we get like a cast,
that's
if we
Bama's
get
projection right
if
now.
we get and not for nothing, I think a 3-loss Bama team, while they are better than Miami, though, do you based on past precedent, Miami should still get in over them because they only have 2 losses.
Right.
You know, because Bama's not playing for the SEC championship. It's Texas and Georgia.
Yeah, that's true.
So while Bama is better, and I believe Bama could actually go on a run and potentially win the national championship as an 11 seed,
Yeah.
which I don't think Miami can do. I still think you have to put I still think Miami should get in over them simply based on the fact they lost less games.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, that's
if we're gonna go based
'cause-
off past precedent.
Dude,
now again,
right, because you remember like a 1-loss team, it was like, no, bye,
See you
gone.
later.
You're not even fucking ranked
We're not even
anymore,
looking at you.
bitch. Yeah, it's just like, Jesus Christ, like, we lost one fucking game, dude.
Yeah.
They would drop the fuck out of you like 15 years ago or
Yeah.
something like.
well, you had to be
were
undefeated to get because it was only the top 2 back then.
undefeated and in the SEC.
No,
or
only
in
the
Big Ten.
the undefeated or 1-loss SEC team was basically in.
The one that was going
And
to win it.
Then
yeah.
it was either the Big Ten
Yeah.
or the Pac-12.
Yeah, because Oregon's been good for.
Oregon got in there a couple
Good.
times. USC was there. You know, we had Texas. You had Notre Dame get in, but they're an independent.
TCU was just a little while ago.
Well, that was the playoff. I'm talking
no,
like
they were in the bowl in the championship game. Oh,
no.
before that.
I'm talking before the playoff.
Yeah, but TCU lost to Georgia a couple years ago. Remember Stetson Bennett
in the
won?
playoff. That was in a playoff. In the national championship, that was in the playoff era, though.
Yes.
The
in
playoff
that
era is 10 years old.
Yes. Wow. So we're going back.
Because remember, Ohio
further than
State
that.
won the first ever national championship with a 14 playoff, and that was what 2014.
That was against Oregon. That was
Yeah.
Mariota. That's
Yeah.
why I hate Oregon. That's why I
Yeah.
hate Ohio State.
Yeah, it was that was Zeke running wild down the
Yeah, we
sideline.
were watching the fucking Rose Alley.
Yeah. So that we're talking 10 years now. So you're gonna go back to like 2013 and earlier, back to like the old school. Like I think Bama Notre Dame was the last one before the playoff.
Like bowl, like Rose Bowl or whatever the fuck. the
Well,
main
yeah,
one
but like when the
was.
national championship was decided between 2 teams, and that was it. Like the 2 teams
Right.
that were 1 and 2.
Right.
So, because I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, because Buffalo Wild Wings opened up in what 2014 or 2013 or 2013, and we watched Oregon beat FSU that year.
Yes, because
And that was the year they lost
Monday,
to Ohio State. So it
yeah.
had to be 2013 to 2014. So 2012, I guess, maybe was the last one. I don't know.
Right, whatever.
My college football history is nothing like my NFL history.
No, me neither.
But nonetheless, that being said, I think this is going to be college football is going to get a lot more fun, a lot faster than people realize. So if you've got a favorite school out there, start looking at who graduated from that school and who's got money.
Right.
What big famous people? Because like I said, Larry Ellison and his wife is a big Michigan fan.
Yep. So I got nothing to worry about with Oregon with Phil Knight.
Fuck no.
We got Nike backing us. So as long as they don't go all, as long as they don't go all straight fucking Bud Light with it, even though I feel like they have on some occasions with like their wokeness. Yeah, Nike's wokeness too with Kaepernick and all that bullshit and the sweatshops in Malaysia and. Yeah, and there's slave labor in other countries and shit like that. Like, I feel like, but for whatever reason, Nike is just such a fucking juggernaut. It's like they could literally do anything, and it's like, yeah, fuck you, you're gonna buy our shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can do pretty much whatever they want, and they're still gonna have the money. So, at least Oregon's program is going nowhere, which is a good thing. And we'll just see how that goes.
It's like the South Park thing. It's like, this movie is fucking stupid and derpa, whatever, fuck you, you'll pay to see it.
Yeah, exactly. You'll pay to see it anyway, so who fucking cares?
Don't get me wrong. Did I just spend $80 on these Nike Air Max slides that I have? Yes, I did. Am I wearing Nike shorts right now? Yes, I am.
What's that term that you got to separate the art from
You got to
the
separate
artist?
the art from the artist, bro. You know? All right, like I
We're
said,
going to turn the cheek on this one. I don't care what anybody says.
I can look at Nike and say, y'all are hypocritical scumbags. I can look at LeBron James and tell him he's a hypocritical scumbag.
Yep.
And, y'all supported Colin Kaepernick when he was dead ass fucking wrong, is still wrong, and y'all have never come out and said shit about it, but whatever.
Right.
Y'all still use, Uyghur Muslims and Asia to fucking make your shoes and all that kind of shit, and and LeBron James has no problem with that, but he wants to, him and Colin Kaepernick want to say like, oh, professional athletes, we're like slaves over here.
Right.
It's like, yeah, man, you're slaves making $40 million a year.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
Man, you demolished that multi-million-dollar house to build another multi-million-dollar house in its place.
If I could only be a $40 million a year slave.
I know. You spent millions of dollars to demolish
do you know what I would do for $40 million a year? Damn near anything. I'm not saying gay, like I ain't doing gay sex.
Nope.
Because you can't take that back.
Nope. Would you change the lights at the top of the cell towers for $40 million a year?
Dude, yes, of course. Put a parachute on.
Facts, right? One slip.
Yeah.
Just pull the parachute. You don't realize you go through the cables, poof, cut you like a cheese grater.
And as soon as you slip and fall, you have like your watch just start playing Anthrax and Public Enemy. It's like bass jumping.
Yeah. And then you just, I don't know, dude. I would probably do that for $40 million.
Hell yeah. There's not much I wouldn't do for $40 million.
I'd try it once.
I mean, would I play a sport for $40 million? Yes. Would I take the hit that Trevor Lawrence took on Sunday for $40 million?
Fuck yeah, baby.
I mean, I've taken that hit playing for free in flag football leagues. Well, maybe not me, but I've doled out that hit, and I've seen people take it for free.
Yeah.
But, I mean, whatever, bro. Like, it is what it is.
I would get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez right now.
I would hop
for
in the
$40 million.
I would hop in the ring with Jake Paul, the greatest fighter of all time.
Well, I wasn't
now.
even gonna give him he's a showman. He's a good one. He's putting in work.
One of the best.
He's putting in the work to make it look like he's got the skills. But I don't know, man. If you put him against a real fighter, he lost to Tommy Fury. We'll see what he does if he can go up against somebody who's a actual boxer in their prime.
Oh, if he goes up against an actual boxer, he's cooked. That's why he doesn't go up against actual boxers.
It's so pathetic, dude. Like, come on.
Like we knew
he lost to Tommy Fury.
Dude, if Mike Tyson hadn't been told to like, hey, take it easy.
Yeah. We all knew he was. You saw him like go to punch, and he was like, "Nope, can't do that."
Yeah.
And he just stops, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I mean, think about
that. Frustrating, dude. I was like, "Holy
and
shit!"
And just to like tie it in with the NIL shit, but like that's the power of money, bro. The power of money caged Mike Tyson. That used to be
that man was broke at one point. He knows.
Yes, and that was an
Twice.
uncageable animal at one point.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson could not be like.
Nope. Now he's
could not be tied down. Now he's
on the strings.
Yep.
He's a money-making name, a money-making machine.
And you know what? Good for him. Go get
Fuck
your dough, bro.
dude. Because he got robbed by Don King and went broke.
He got robbed by Don King. He got done dirty by that chick with the fucking rape allegations.
Yep.
That he was cleared of. Like all that shit. Like
And he got screwed. And now he's coming back, making a name for himself, being like that OG dude who's fucking been there and seen it all, and now he's making more money. I'm happy for him. I love Mike Tyson.
Me too. I'm a big Mike Tyson fan.
Fucking guy was a house, 18 years old. He was like, 240 pounds, 18.
Imagine walking into a 240-pound 18-year-old that could throw hands like that.
And who's just yoked out of his mind.
I am terrified of you.
I'd just run. I'd be like, I'm not even talking to you, bro. No offense, but I'm out of here.
That might, all right, $40 million, you got to fight 18-year-old Mike Tyson, as you are right now.
I mean, yeah, I'm doing it.
I mean, me too.
Yeah.
Please don't kill me.
Don't ever drop those motherfucking.
No. I'm going to go in there. He's going to hit me in the fucking side. I'm going to be like, I'm dead.
Yeah, don't ever. Hey, how many punches did you throw? Zero.
Zero thrown, zero landed.
Yep.
13 seconds. Ding, ding, ding. I'm dead.
Yep.
I'll be like Satan in the South Park episode when he fights Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's just like, and Jesus like love taps him and he just goes, and
Yep.
falls over.
Yep.
And everybody's like, damn it, help. Everybody bet on Satan and Satan's like, ha ha ha. I'm the one guy who bet on Jesus.
Right,
ha ha ha. You all learned your lesson.
Right.
That was what episode? That was season
Bro,
1?
mad.
That was the Damien episode. Remember when Damien, his son, goes to school?
Yeah.
And he starts like roasting people. Cartman's like, that's cool.
Yeah. Those were the good episodes. You need a spruce because I'm going to go down?
Yeah, I could use a sprucey boost.
I solo that shit up.
Yeah, I'll solo this shit up because, let's see. Do I want to put me on solo blast? Nah, we'll just leave it on the main split. We'll leave it on the main split. So we're going to do some NFL. We'll wait till Paul gets back. We'll do some NFL. We're going to get into my Broncos, obviously, from last night. What a game. What a win. What a game. What a win. What a team. I am just, the more I watch this Broncos team, the more I fall in love with them. We'll get into Paul's Colts and Sean's Patriots, which I was looking forward to hearing them kind of go back and forth about that before, but obviously Sean couldn't make it tonight. It was a last-minute thing for Sean. He couldn't make it, so it wasn't like it was planned. He intended to be here, but unfortunately, things arise in life, and he could not be here. So 774-992-8702. Be sure to give us a like and a share. Give us a shout-out on Twitch. We're on YouTube. We are on Mixlr, mixlr.com/Joey-Fats if you want to listen to the audio-only stream of this live broadcast without having to type your phone. Obviously, we're on Facebook, right here on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide, our Row 1, Seat 1 page. We are up on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, anywhere you get your podcasts, pretty much directly after the show is over. So make sure you give us a like and a follow and all that. Every like, every click helps, everything. Please, you don't understand. If you don't do it, you don't know. You might not know, but every single one of you just going there and just clicking that little like button, even if you never listen to us again, makes a big difference for us. So, I mean, obviously, we hope you do listen to us again. We hope you like the show. That's why we do it, for you guys. It's fun. It's fun for us. It's therapeutic. Lets us get our shit out and talk some shit and get some stuff out of our chest every week about our sports bets, sports talk, sports feelings, whatever it might be. Yeah, maybe sports bets are a little heavy on my mind. Well, I'll wait for Paul to get back, but we will go over some We'll do a little sports betting. I got some stuff to go over as well. We'll talk about the clash of the actual Titans, not the one in Gillette, but the Eagles and the Ravens from the other night. We'll get into the MVP race. We'll talk a little bit about. We're going to get into the Trevor Lawrence hit from Hazim Al Shazir. I forget how you pronounce his name. Sorry, that guy from the Texans. What I believe is, quite frankly, an overreaction by the NFL, but I don't think they had any choice because, again, there was another fight that broke out because of it. But in the meantime, yeah, this is what we do. Sports talk stuff. Killing time here. What else do we want to talk about tonight? I know we had more. I did want to kill myself last night. I'm not going to lie. Not only was the Broncos-Browns game like borderline was it going to give me a fucking aneurysm because Denver's defense was so uncharacteristically bad, but having no Manning cast last night was the fucking worst. No disrespect to Joe Buck and Troy Aikman. I like them, but I'm so accustomed to Peyton and Eli and Bill now. I don't want to watch football without them. It sucks. Like, I honestly wanted to gouge my fucking earballs out last night having to listen to Buck and Aikman. And it's not because they're bad or they're not good. I actually think Troy Aikman made a lot of really, 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 really good points and said a lot of stuff that was not, thank you, sir, that was not catered to the lowest common denominator. What did you use for soda water in this?
The grapefruit.
Okay.
Why?
I was just wondering because I just realized I didn't fill up my plain one.
I used the grapefruit one, the can. It's fresh.
So let's get into last night's game real quick.
Yeah.
And then I want to do the Trevor Lawrence hit. I was just saying how watching last night's game was fucking painful for me.
Yeah.
Without Eli and Peyton,
right.
and Bill, I wanted to kill myself. Like, I'm like, yeah, it was my own team. And I wanted to shut the fucking game off and go do something else. And it's my team. And I'm not going to lie, I have to say it for the first time in my life, the white helmets.
Sick, right? Almost texted you.
But,
I know.
But it wasn't the all-white jerseys and uniforms. It was the white helmet with the blue unis. Loved that. That was crisp.
I thought the whole combo was sick.
I love the new uniforms.
Yeah, facts.
I know I said last week I didn't love them, but there's nothing to hate about them. I think now I'm starting to see the more variations of them. Now I'm starting to love them.
I thought the white helmets were badass. I love white helmets.
The white helmets looked wicked good.
Like the powder white.
Yes. Yeah, I'm a big, you know
good.
me, I'm a big, like, well,
Right.
in paintball we call it dust. Like
Right.
a powder coat finish was like a dust finish.
Like, I don't like the Chargers white helmets. I don't know why.
Those are their standard helmets.
When it's a standard, I don't like them. Like, except the Colts, obviously. Like, I like my Colts, but
No, see, I like the Colts. I like the Chargers.
Cardinals, Chargers.
Because the Chargers white helmets go with everything. They're those classic blue Navy uniforms they have. Like those 04, 05 Navy
the
uniforms they
darker
rocked
ones.
the other day.
Yeah, they had them on the other
were
day.
fucking dope as fuck. I love those.
I like the color of the uniform, but I don't know what it is about like the lightning bolt, the yellow with the white. I'm just not like a fan of that.
Yeah, yellow is usually my least favorite color.
Right, which is why I hate the Chiefs so much. Yellow, they look like fucking McDonald's team out
Well,
there.
you know what's
running
funny
around.
is like I hate yellow and red on the Chiefs, but I love it on this.
It's like a gold.
But this logo and this color combination is what made me fall in love with NASCAR.
Yeah.
Like that was Davey Allison's, initial color combo. It's the only time I've ever loved yellow on anything.
Right.
Because it just worked. The Texaco Haviland colors just worked. And maybe it's the black, the white, the red, the yellow, all four colors together.
Yeah.
Made it work. Whereas with the Chiefs, it's just white, yellow, and red.
Yeah.
And I'm like, ugh.
Gross.
And their uniforms just suck. I don't know. I
Yeah.
hate the Chiefs. We'll get into them in a little bit, too, because we're going to talk about them and the Raiders. But let's talk about last night's game. Hated not having Peyton and Eli, first and foremost. That fucking sucked. And Bill. Not having my, I've said 1,000 times, the Manicast is football for nerds.
Right.
Football for football nerds. I'm a football nerd through and through. I love the X's and O's. I love seeing how they're
Broken
thinking,
down and
breaking
everything,
shit
yeah.
down. And I would have loved to have heard their opinions last night on Jameis and Knicks. Because obviously Jameis Winston, outside of the 3 interceptions, played arguably a perfect game.
Bro, he's been pretty nasty the last couple weeks, dude.
Bro,
pretty decent.
we can sit here and shit on the Cleveland Browns all we want, right? And this is why
we usually do.
And people were sitting and people were trying to give me shit when Cleveland was keeping up with the Broncos, and I was I'm like, what do you mean? Bro, this Cleveland team, their record is 3-8. I'm like, this is not a 3-8 football team, bro.
No,
this was a playoff team last year with
Right.
Joe Flacco.
Right.
They made the mistake of putting Deshaun Watson under center and force feeding him to to the team. But if they had rolled with Deshaun, with Jameis from week 1,
Yeah, they might have been better.
this is an above 500 football team all day.
Right.
They beat the Ravens and the Steelers this year.
Yeah.
That's right there. That's 2 out of their 3 wins. That's some. And didn't they beat San Francisco too? Was that their other win? I feel like they've got 3 really high, or is it Cincinnati? I feel like they got 3 really high quality wins under their belt.
I will tell you.
But this is not a bad football team in terms of
Let's see. They beat
talent.
Jacksonville. They beat Baltimore, and they beat Pittsburgh.
Okay, so they beat the Jags. Never mind. So that's not a good win. So 2 out of the 3 wins are quality, high quality wins. And when did they beat Jacksonville? That was early in the year.
That was the second week.
Yeah. Okay. So they beat them with Deshaun. But did they play San Francisco this year, or was that last year? Am I blurring these years together?
Yeah, they haven't played them yet. I'm trying to look for notable close wins. They only lost by 4 points to the Eagles. They honestly, Jameis Winston, they kept up with you guys last night. And other than that, dude, every loss that they've had, other than Cincinnati, Philly, Vegas.
Philly they lost to by 4 points.
Right.
That's a good. That's
Vegas by 4 points, the same exact score, 20-16. Dallas, they got stomped. You know, see, even New York 21-15, I guess that's a close game, but they suck. Like every other team, they fucking got stomped.
Yeah, they suck.
34-13, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking 27-10, bro. Fucking 35-14. Like when they lose, bro, they get blown the fuck out for the most part. You know what I mean? There's only been a couple losses where they were close.
It's crazy, though. The three best defenses they've played, they've put up 29, 24, and 32.
That's nuts.
When you talk Baltimore,
Which is
Pittsburgh, and
so
Denver,
weird.
those are the three best defenses they've played all year.
Like, playing to your ability is one thing, but
That's
in
insane.
just all the wrong ways and reasons. Like, you know
Yeah,
what
it's
I'm saying?
it's kind of nutty.
Crazy.
So, what I saw last night from a Denver Broncos standpoint, and this is a very Denver Broncos friendly show
Yep.
for obvious reasons. What I saw last night was a Denver Broncos team find a way to win a game that they've, in a way they haven't found a way to win in probably 10 years.
Yep.
Which is score 40 points for the first time in, I mean, I don't remember the last time we scored 40, 2018 maybe? It's been 5 or 6 years since we scored 40. I mean, I'm pretty sure that was either like Case Keenum, one of those years. I think maybe we put up 40 on somebody. I know we hung 40 on Dallas that one year, but I think that was 2016. I think we've done it since then.
Right.
When we picked six Dak and the Talib picked six Dak for 99 yards. But we haven't put up 40 in a long time. That felt good. Now, granted, 14 of that was from the defense. That being said, the offense, even though on the stat sheet didn't look like it was doing a ton, you know, Bo Nix didn't look like he had a great game on the stat sheet. If you watch the game, Bo Nix had a really good game.
Bro, he drops dimes.
That pass to Marvin Mims was, I mean, you can't, like, that was like, that's highlight reel shit for the next 10 years.
Just a fraction of a second later, dude, and that ball's picked. Or at least batted.
A fraction of a second earlier or later, because, you know what I mean, it really, but we always talk about it, right? The NFL is a game of inches.
Yep.
And there you go. There's your inches.
Yep.
You know, and Bo Nix has grown and matured every single week this season.
Yeah,
he's gotten better and better. Last night was not, and here's the thing, and the Broncos as a team have matured and grown. Because if you look last year, like that's a game we lose last year. Jameis Winston, and give big props to Big Jame Dog, okay?
Big Jame Dog.
Is he a turnover machine? Absolutely. Is he going to throw you 3 or 4 lollipops a game? 100%. He threw 3 last night.
Right.
Are they going to cost them games? Absolutely. But can that man run an offense? Yeah. Is he better than probably half the quarterbacks in the league? Probably. Is he a liability? Yeah. But when he's at his best, you can win games.
Dude. I mean,
If he could learn to take care of the football,
right.
bro, we're talking top 10 quarterback all day.
Yeah.
Like the way he shredded a defense last night.
Right.
That had not been shredded like that, I mean, in over a year. We got shredded like against Miami last year. We gave it the 70. And then since then, it's been pretty much lights out.
Right.
And that defense, and I said it coming into the year, this is the Broncos defense is going to be their strong point. And it has been all year. Usually this would be a disaster of a game for us. Because the defense, listen, even the 2015 Broncos, right? They had a couple of games where they gave up 30.
Yeah.
And they didn't have great games. Even that team, like even the best defenses are going to have off nights.
Right.
Last night was an off night for that defense, despite the fact they got 2 pick sixes.
Yep.
Which were both phenomenal.
One
by the way.
almost a third.
Almost a third. I mean,
But what he needed like 2 more blocks.
Jerry Jeudy was like, nah.
Yeah, he needed like 2 more early blocks to get those dudes away from him, and he could have been gone.
He could have been.
He got it back. What, like the 50?
He got across midfield.
I was like,
he got across midfield,
bro.
so it was good. But
he was chugging.
But that defense, usually that's a game we lose. And last night we found a way to win it.
Right.
And because we had an offense that backed us up. Like the running game all of a sudden came alive last night. They were averaging almost 7 yards a carry. While Jaleel McLaughlin was averaging almost 7 yards a carry.
Yep.
They kept feeding him and feeding him and feeding him. And at times they would take the ball out of his hands, and I'm like, I don't know why you're doing that.
Stick
Roll
with
with
the
the hot
game
hand.
plan, yep.
But I feel like Jaleel McLaughlin is about to become our Alvin Kamara in this offense.
Yeah.
Because he can run, catch, do everything. And, like, some of these play designs that
little
Sean Payton.
Debo-ness going on.
Sean Payton just has, he is just a phenomenal play caller. Even though I feel like last night he did some off things play calling wise. Like, coaching wise, I feel like the team was a little bit off last night. I didn't like, especially with what Vance Joseph was calling early in the game. They weren't bringing any pressure on Jameis. Yeah. They were trying to get home with the front four. Nobody was getting home.
They were letting him cook.
And they let him cook. The couple of times we blitzed him and we got in his face and we got him rattled. We got him, either knocked him back, flipped the field position, or got him out of scoring range. Or he threw a ball to, that got picked off by Nick Bonito, who, by the way, if you don't know who Nick Bonito is, he's got 10.5 sacks on the year. Now he had a pick 6 last night, another sack last night. He is the first guy since Von Miller in 2012 to have 10 sacks and a pick 6 in the same season for the Broncos. So he's in Von Miller-esque territory right now as a playmaker.
He's an elite company.
Yeah. So when I put my $9 bet on him to win Defensive Player of the Year.
Which is sick. That's dope.
Like 3 weeks ago, and he was plus 30,000.
Yeah.
And now his odds are down to plus 4,000.
Yup.
I'm feeling not good about it because I don't think he's actually going to win it. But I will cash that out before the season's over and probably make at least, I'd say, $50 off of it.
Right.
Because I think he's going to be close, but we all know how it's going to go. The media bias will never allow a player from Denver to win. Like, they'll find a way to be like they didn't give it to Champ Bailey in 2006.
Right.
Who had arguably the best season of any corner ever.
I know. And
they gave it to Jason Taylor because they were like, fuck it, we don't like Champ Bailey. We're not giving it to a Bronco.
Right.
Because that doesn't do anything. We don't. The media bias is fucking insane with these people. It's lunacy, to be honest. The only guy who I think in the national media that was pounding the table for Champ Bailey to win it was Adam Shine in 06. And they still didn't give it to him.
Right.
But nonetheless, if you watched that game last night, you got a very entertaining game. You had a lot of fun. You had big plays on both sides of the ball.
Yep.
Bo Nix had the one interception, which wasn't his fault.
Right.
And it is what it is. And that was what I think pissed me off about not having Peyton and Eli. Is I'm sitting there listening to Joe Buck and like, did you see Denzel Ward make that play? And I'm like, make what play? Like, he stuck his arm in front of the guy, like in front of the receiver. The ball just happened to pop up in the air.
Right.
Like, he didn't stick his hand in there and be like, I'm going to stick my hand in at this angle so it pops the ball up so my guy can get. No, he didn't even see the ball. He just put his arm out and he just got lucky. Like, but they're making it sound like he did it on purpose, like he popped the ball in the air on purpose. And I'm like, what? I'm like, stop it, dude. I'm like, what do you got? Like,
fucking reaching, bro.
Yeah,
we all know.
Yeah, like anybody who's watching this game knows, like that.
Right.
No, come on,
There are
dude.
smart people who watch this shit.
For real.
Shut the fuck
and
up.
like I'm embarrassed for you at this point. But anyway, and Denzel Ward, great player, phenomenal corner, dude.
Yep.
One of the best in the league that nobody knows about because he plays in fucking Cleveland, and unfortunately, that's where careers go to die. But
or never begin.
what did you? I mean, you watched the game last night. You saw a couple of things. Bo Nix is your boy.
I love Bo Nix. I said he was going to be the
Speak to
best. I said he was going to be the best quarterback coming out of this draft. And like obviously, I like Jaden. Wait, was Jaden Daniels in this? Yeah, same draft, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, same shit. I know he's doing pretty damn good.
It was Jaden May,
But I just
Caleb,
think,
Bo, and Penix.
Right, and I think that Bo Nix has the highest ceiling for the quarterbacks, and I know I'm not trying to sound like some fucking look at me like I'm some fucking football analyst guy when I say this, but I just mean like as far as a guy who knows how to read defenses, who's a true pocket passer, the guy can fucking move. You know what I'm saying? He can get out of the pocket. He can do anything that you need.
And he's got wheels.
He's got wheels. He can get the fuck out of the pocket. He's smart. He knows when to run. He knows when to pick up, when to slide, when to get down. His accuracy in college, he had the highest accuracy, I think, for plays 25 yards or more in college in his senior year. Like he owned all that accuracy category shit, and obviously the percentage completion percentage one, which he beat Mac Jones, I believe, by 1% or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it was.
It was like 77 or 70, something
negligible,
ridiculous.
but it was something ridiculously high.
Something ridiculously high. You know what I mean? Like career year, but with Bo Nix being on the Broncos with a team that just got picked up by the Waltons, who dead set on fucking putting people in that office and on that field to win games, man. Bo Nix fell into a fucking tight-ass situation. He's got a ton of young guns on offense to fuck with and a good defense to rely on with awesome coaching. I think next year you're not going to really see like a sophomore slump out of Bo Nix. I don't think you're going to see like more progression. He's got so much more fucking talent to be said. Like, I think he's just going to be lights out the next couple of years. You got your, like, the Broncos got their dude, like, facts. Like, as long as you just keep him healthy, draft some fucking linemen, and Broncos are going to be playoff contenders. If not this year already, next year and any time after that, as long as they keep what they're doing.
So I'm looking right now. I just want to see something because C.J. Stroud, 15 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Definitely a sophomore slump.
He went back.
Because last year he had 23 and 5.
Yep.
Now he's got 15 and 9 through 13 games. He only started 15 games last year.
Yep.
He's about 1,000 yards short. So he needs 1,000 yards in the next 2 games,
Oof.
8 touchdowns just to get to where he was last year. So I guess you could call that a bit of a sophomore slump. Somebody,
right, he's gonna make some of that up. He's gonna be about 600 yards shy, and like
he'll be, but he's gonna be shy of it, because they have a bye week this week, so they won't do anything this week. But
he'll throw maybe like 4 more touchdowns on the season.
But the Texans, I said before the season started, the Broncos are going to be this year's Houston Texans. They're going to be the surprise AFC, the team that comes out of the AFC, kind of surprises everybody, and they're like, oh shit, like, hey, this team ain't bad. Like, what the fuck? Like, we slept on these guys.
Right.
And I knew that. You look at all the metrics from last year, and the Broncos are the worst offensive line in football. They're the worst offensive line in football. No, we had the worst quarterback in football last year.
By a long shot too, and which was so surprising given like
not the worst, but one of.
Still though, like,
and I know the Steelers fans are all happy and they're cruising right now, but don't worry, your Russell Wilson moment is coming. Trust me.
Yes,
it's coming. Don't you fucking worry. You are going to learn to loathe this man.
Yep. I think they still should have rolled with Justin Fields. I don't know why they put in Russ.
Russ is definitely, he's done better for them, but Russ is doing what Russ does. He's just throwing up Hail Marys. He's like the jump ball Joe of the Steelers now.
Yeah.
Where he's throwing up shit, and it's like, okay, that's all cute and well, but eventually that pumpkin's gonna that cherry's gonna turn back into a pumpkin here.
Yeah, this shit don't fucking last in the NFL, bro.
And Russ is a fucking clown, and whatever. So don't worry, your moment's coming. But last year with the Broncos, the worst offensive line in football. This year, literally the best offensive line in football.
Funny how that shit turns around, bro.
It's almost like we have a quarterback that gets the ball out quick, on time, and knows where to go with it before the ball snaps, and it's not running around like a complete moron with his chicken, like a chicken with his head cut off behind the line, seeing ghosts running into sacks. Like, anybody who actually watched football last year and watched the Broncos knew that this was the problem. But, nobody in the national media or anything like that would ever acknowledge it because they're all like, oh, this Broncos, Russell Wilson is great.
Yeah.
It's just the Broncos' offensive line is terrible. They gave up 70 points to the Dolphins. Their defense sucks. It's like, yeah, but they've given up like 15.8 points a game since then.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Over eight games, they're like, yeah, but they're still trash. I don't know. Like, fuck you. I don't watch them, so fuck you.
Yeah.
And it's like, listen, like, I get it. You can't,
You can have your opinion.
You can have
sucks,
your opinion.
But,
you can suck it.
Sucked and uneducated, but okay. Like listening to those guys this past weekend. Never mind.
Yeah, right. You had the unfortunate event. So let's get into that a little bit. So we'll leave it there with the Broncos. Listen, I'm telling you right now, I put $100 on the Broncos to win over 9.5 games.
Yep.
Before the year started, they got the Colts coming off the bye. Will be a week from Sunday. So in about 13 days, 14 days, 12 days, we get the Colts at home. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but that should be win number 9 on the season. Then we are at the Chargers, at the Bengals, and then we get the Chiefs at home the last week of the season.
Yeah.
We got to win one out of those last 3 for me to hit my bet.
As much as I love the Colts, I think that
If we lose to the Colts, I am not feeling great.
If you guys lose to the Colts, it's going to be one of those games where just absolutely fucking nothing's going right for the Broncos.
And I don't think that's going to be the case.
Fumbles, botch, snap type shit. Fucking
I think they're going to come out of this. I think based on what I heard from Bo Nix, Nick Bonito, who I think Nick Bonito, even though he should very much be in the conversation for Defensive Player of the Year, he's not going to win it. But he should be in the conversation. Yeah. Unless he goes off and has like 17 and a half, 18 sacks over on the season. He needs
like 10 more.
He's at 10 and a half right now, I think. So he needs like 7.5 more sacks, I think, to get, and we've got Anthony Richardson coming up. That could be like a 3-sack game right there for him. You never know because Anthony Richardson, he likes to run around back there, and
it's hard to get him, but his pocket awareness isn't exactly.
That's what I'm saying. I think Denver's defense is going to do a lot to confuse Richardson. I don't think the Colts' offense is good enough to come into Denver and do like Anthony Richardson can't do to Denver's defense what Jameis Winston did, which was get the ball out lightning quick.
That's what it's going to take.
Jameis was on fire last night. Like, give massive props to Jameis Winston for last night. He went out and shredded that Denver defense. Now, we were down a corner, Riley Moss, our number 2 corner, the Great White Hope, but I'm not blaming that. Like, you've got to play better. Levi Wallace got to play better. Like, you got to help him. Like, you got to do something. And also, like, just deciding to, like, hey, you know what? There's Jerry Jeudy. We know he's really pissed off for no reason. And I want to say one thing about Jerry Jeudy before we leave this topic. But let's just not cover him. Let's just say fuck it. Let's just let him run wide open, see what happens.
Yeah, fuck him, bro.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out. 235 yards, 9 catches, and a touchdown. You're like, Jesus Christ, dude. The one thing that pissed me off about last night, and this is the last thing I'll say on the Broncos before we get into your Colts and the Patriots. Jerry Jeudy came back to Denver with a chip on his shoulder like he had something to prove.
Yep.
Jerry Jeudy came back to Denver. He was doing this, calling out the crowd, wanting the boos, letting them boo him, and all this stuff, and everybody's booing him. Does Jerry Jeudy, did he forget how his tenure in Denver ended? Do you remember how his tenure in Denver ended?
Not very good.
It wasn't because Sean Payton and the Broncos were like, we don't want you. He went to them and demanded a trade.
Yeah, it was kind of some saltiness, wasn't there?
He wanted out of Denver.
Yeah.
Which is why, and Denver wanted him. All the fans wanted him. We're like, no, like we're gonna get a quarterback. Like we want you and Cortland. Like we could have the best 1-2 punch in the league, or one of them. Like between you and T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. Like,
yeah,
you could be up there as one of the best 1-2 punches in the league. And you want out? Like you had 4 years and no quarterbacks, and then we're finally going to get one. Now you're demanding a trade.
Right.
You can't demand the trade. You can't be the heel, and then come back and like play the victim villain, like the you created this monster kind of villain. Like he wanted to be the villain, but it's like, dog, you forced your way out of Denver. Denver had no intention of getting rid of you. If they did, they would have traded you at the deadline last year.
Right.
When you were actually still worth something.
Right.
You wanted out of here, and then you come back to Denver, and you're like, oh, boo me. It's like, yeah, we're going to boo you, you fucking dick, because we wanted you on our team.
Yeah, we told you not to cut your nose off, you fucking
idiot.
You know what I mean? Like,
so that kind of pissed me off about him.
Yeah.
Like, I just think and this goes back to what Steve Smith said about him last year. Like, he's clueless. He has no ability to take constructive criticism or listen to people around him.
Right.
Like, and I'm like, you know what? As talented as he is, I think we're better off for it without him.
Yeah,
that was an addition by subtraction.
Yeah, could have been a fucking huge locker room cancer, prima donna, me type guy taken away from
But the way he acted, dude, like you can't demand a trade and then be like, I'm going back to face the team that didn't want me. Like, no, you were the one that didn't want to be here.
Well, you forced me out. Oh,
fuck you.
Yeah,
fucking clown.
Yeah.
Anyway, he sucks. I'm glad they lost. And I'm glad he put up a career night and still lost. It's like, welcome to your career as a Cleveland Brown, bro.
Right.
Because you could have been in Denver. You could have had 3 catches, for 47 yards and got out of here and had a nice win and be on your way to the playoffs. Instead, you got 9 for 235 and a touchdown, and that looks great on the stat sheet. And you're having a monster fucking year since Jameis took over, but you're also 3-9 and you're not going anywhere.
Yep,
And you play for the Cleveland Browns. So guess where else you're never going?
Right.
Anywhere.
Yep. You might be lucky to escape in 4 years to the Chargers or something, or the Cardinals or something, or
He's such a douchebag for that, dude.
Jags. I don't know.
That was just such a douchebag move to me. I just didn't like it, dude. I was like,
shit rubs you the wrong
like,
way.
yo, like, I get it if, like, you don't want, if the team didn't want you and they jettison you out or whatever, that's one thing.
Don't go blaming other motherfuckers for your stupidity.
But like Steve Smith said,
See you
he's
later.
a fucking clown.
Yep. No, facts, bro. And you can't have that kind of shit when you're trying to have a cohesive locker room, bro.
Correct.
You need the chemistry. I don't think people understand how far those intangibles go when you play with somebody at when you
it's
need
tough,
to be
dude.
on the same page as somebody.
Yeah, it's tough, bro.
You know what I mean?
It's not easy. It's not like building a football team is not an easy thing to do.
No.
And
Like the Giants back in the day, they got in the playoffs. They probably were the best fucking friends when they made it through like Green Bay or wherever the fuck they made it through, and they had no business being in the playoffs at 9-7. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
those are probably like the dudes that you would die for, and like you know what I'm saying? It's like it's I don't know. It's like I said, it's those intangibles that you don't know.
You got to want to sell out for your boys.
Right, and when you have a guy on that fucking squad who's all about him fucking self, and he gets all booby fucking miles with it and shit, you know what I'm saying? Before he you know what I mean? It's like, dude, you haven't even made a name for yourself to be fucking demanding trades. You haven't produced enough to tell us
And not for nothing, the Broncos offense is better without you.
Right.
Has been better without you.
Sorry to
Their
say,
record
but we're
is better
the
without you.
billion-dollar organization, bitch. You know what I'm saying?
And not only that, but like, listen, bro, like, as talented as you are, we're better without you.
Yeah. Look at the moves you guys have made, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, sorry, we've only gotten better. Whoops.
And not for nothing, but the Cleveland Browns added you, and they're worse than they were last year.
Right.
So, I mean, I'm not saying that's all Jerry Judy's
Sorry
fault.
we didn't try and get more for you. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, bro, that's just what it comes down to. 774-992-8702. Let's talk a little bit about your Patriots and your Colts. You were there. You saw it live in person. Clash of the Titans at Gillette Stadium. Listen, man, you throw this back 10 years ago or even 12, 13, 14 years ago.
Bro, it was...
And this Colts-Patriots in Gillette, this would have been an 8 o'clock game. This would have been the Sunday night game. This would have been this would have been the marquee matchup, Manning, Brady, Belichick, whoever the coach for the fucking Colts was at that point.
Dungy?
No, it was Caldwell at that point. But whatever.
Caldwell.
14 years ago. I think the last time, because the last time the Colts played in Gillette, Brady Manning was 2010. And they lost that game. The Colts did.
Yeah, we haven't won many
Peyton
times.
got picked off. He threw it on the right down the right sideline, and it got picked off. I forget by who. But that was the last time. That was when he had the neck injury. We didn't know it yet.
Yeah.
He was hurt that whole year. The Colts finished, I believe, 10-6 that year. Got eliminated by the Jets in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
Sanchez.
Yep, Sanchez and the Jets. That was the Antonio Cromartie kick return.
Yep.
Just don't give a big return. Fuck it. What do they do?
Yep.
Big return. Got eliminated by the Jets, and then Peyton did not play in 2011 because they had the neck surgery, was out for the year, and we were all like, fudge.
Right. No, that was
history. So this is the last. So this is the first time.
This is the first time in 7 times.
So yeah, 14 years ago was the last time there was a meaningful.
Oh, meaningful. We haven't won in New England in seven games. Well, 7 times we played. This was the 8th.
When was the last time you guys won in New England? Obviously, it was with Luck.
Andrew Luck never won in New England.
Okay, so it had to have been
2011 or 10.
No, they lost in 10.
09.
9 was in Indy because that was 4th and 2.
6.
In New England, 05.
Maybe.
Because 06 they played. 06 you guys played. Oh no, 06. Yeah, 06.
No, that was in Indy. Oh.
No, 06 the AFC Championship
was in Indy. Yeah, but the regular season. No.
Yes. Yeah. Regular season was yes. That was Marvin Harrison tipped it to himself at the pylon, tipped it to himself, grabbed it.
Oh, we won that game.
06.
In New England.
In New England.
Yeah.
Because 07 was in Indianapolis. You guys lost. 08. I don't believe you guys played in 08. If you did, it was the Matt Castle game. Anyway, 09 was 4th and 2 in Indianapolis. 2010, you guys lost.
Yep.
Oh, and then Peyton went to Denver.
Yep, and that was it. Yeah, so it hasn't been too many times that we've gone to New England and won, so that felt good to get out of there with the win. I mean,
Tell me about your experience. At Gillette Stadium, new scoreboard, new fancy upgrades.
Oh, the stadium looks pretty sick. I like what they did with the place. They got a lot of cool, new little amenities like that grab and go shit. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was pretty neat. Honestly, I didn't get too much bullshit either wearing a Colts jersey.
Because the Patriots suck.
Yeah. It was kind of nice. I didn't get too much shit, and I didn't give too much shit. I'm not the type, because the people I was with, I had to kind of behave myself, so it was fine. But I was getting a little pumped as the BS.
I wouldn't have behaved myself.
The mango
Jared.
cots were flowing, so I was getting pretty pumped, especially when I got to see in person Anthony Richardson do his cool little jump 360 spin spike thing, which is fucking badass. I love that shit. I don't know why. I think it's cool. I was like, yeah, he did it. I was like, fucking sweet. He jumped mad high. He was like, fucking slam that shit. I'm like, hell yeah.
So it was actually an entertaining game.
It was really fucking good, dude. I mean, coming down to the wire there, I'm sitting there and I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, that pass interference call that basically extended our drive to get us down to where we needed to be. I'm like, there's no way. I'm like, Alec Pierce has been nowhere all fucking day. We don't have Josh Downs. I haven't seen Michael Pittman much. I'm like, it's basically been fucking Jonathan Taylor and fucking Anthony Richardson all goddamn day. So I'm like, whatever. Alec Pierce comes up with the big catch, and then we run it up the middle to get the 2-point. And I'm like, damn, 12 seconds left? I'm like, nah, I'm still too good to be true. Bro, I've never seen... I mean, in person, it's a lot different than when you're watching it on TV. But to watch those 2 passes by Drake May over the middle, to bring them closer and closer when he just snapped and fucking fired it over the middle, and I forget Hunter Henry or whoever he connected to both times, actually, I believe it was Hunter Henry over the middle. I was just like, God damn, looking at the scoreboard, looking at the clock, like, they're fucking moving so fast right now. When they said it was a 68-yard field goal, I'm like, oh. I'm like, well, we should be good.
Yeah.
You know, that's not going to happen, right? You know? Bro, when
Just an NFL record.
Bro, when that kick went up and I was looking at it, even from where we were, I was like, holy fuck,
I'm not going to lie. I was watching that game live. I was watching the end of that live.
Yeah.
I saw that ball come off Sly's foot, and the first words out of my mouth were, oh, no.
Yep.
Oh, no, he's got it.
I'm like,
oh, God. And because I knew you were there, and I'm like,
yep.
And I'm thinking because I see him go for 2, they get the win. I'm like,
yeah,
Paul's
I
going to be
was so
gassed.
pumped, dude. But it sucks because I
gassed.
kept it all in. I didn't get to be all like, all fucking nuts. I know.
I would have, but
whatever.
I would have, I don't give a shit, but
Yeah.
whatever. I saw the fucking ball come off the kicker's foot, and I'm like, oh shit, that's got a fucking chance.
I wonder what I wish I was like Optum level, or not even I wish I was just low to see on the sideline, whichever.
It came up about
10 yards, 7 yards short.
No. 10. Well, the end zone's 10 yards. It came up about 2-3 yards short. It was about 10.
I thought it hit maybe right where the plane was.
It was about 6 to 8 feet short. So
couple degrees warmer, bro.
Dude, I'm telling you, a couple degrees warmer, or if that was a 67-yarder, it might have hit the crossbar and bounced through.
Right. That was so fucking close. I think,
or maybe, would have to have been about a 60. If it was from 65, it was good.
It's nuts.
68 was deep.
I was like, holy shit, dude.
I mean, if there was even a puff of wind behind it, dude, it was like that thing was good.
Yeah.
He got all the leg into that. That was fucking crazy because I'm sitting there going, I'm watching, I'm like, oh no. I'm like, don't tell me they're going to win it on a fucking record-setting field goal after they just went for 2 to take the lead.
I know.
And I'm like, because I love the balls, to go for the 2.
When they were going for 2, I was like, fuck it. What have we got to lose?
Nothing.
I'm like, nothing, bro.
You're trailing Denver. You got to win this game.
Yep.
You don't want to go to overtime. Fuck that. Why take your chances in overtime?
Yep.
You got Anthony Richardson. He's basically fucking Tim Tebow. Just put it in his hands, let him run it in, and fucking call it a day.
And that's what happened.
And it's exactly what they did. And I love that call. I did love that call. I love that. I everything about that. But god damn, bro, when that ball came off the Sly's foot, I was like, oh, fuck.
I saw it drop, and I was like, oh, it didn't hit the net. It dropped.
Yeah.
And I saw him
I saw the no good.
Yeah!
I saw it, and I was like, I held my breath, and I saw him go, like, look at each other and start to do this. I was like, yeah, all right, cool, they won. I'm like, oh, thank God.
We don't get out of there with a win too often, man, especially against, regardless of how bad the Patriots are, whatever you guys want to say. We have a tendency to play down to the level of who we're playing. And, I mean, I don't know if Shane Steichen's the guy. I sure as shit don't think Gus Bradley's the guy. And I damn well know that our fucking defense is just bombed out and depleted, especially in the secondary. Now, I know we got, like I said today, 2 or 3 of the top 5 tacklers in the league. That's fine. But
that's not necessarily a good thing.
no,
Because that means
shit.
Because that means that when you look at where they are on the field,
Yep.
that means they're making tackles 4, 5, 6 yards down the field, and you're like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
It's not
so
good.
here's a funny statistic. Not funny statistic, but for every single thing, total yards, turnovers, first downs, and time of possession, the Patriots absolutely beat our ass.
Yeah, I saw that. They did. That's one of the few times where you lose the turn. You lose the
All 4 categories.
You lose the turnover battle. You lose the time of possession battle. You almost always lose.
Yep, and you lose. We lost the yards and the first downs. I mean,
And to me, and let's talk the Patriots real quick. And I know Sean's not here, and I wish he was, but I know I wish he was here to talk on it. But I know he would agree with me. To me, that's on the coaching. You lose the turnover battle. You lose the time of you win. I'm sorry. You win the turnover battle. You win the time of possession battle. You beat them in first downs. You beat them in third downs. You beat them in basically every measurable category, every important metric there is.
Third down, they were 6 and 11. We were 5 and 11, but we were 3 for 3 on 4th down.
Yeah, but the turnover battle and the time of possession should be enough right there.
Right.
Where you take the air out of that football, you fucking win that game, and you should be able to put that. That's right there. That to me is an indictment on the coaching. And again, I've said this before, and I'll say it again. Nothing against Gerard Mayo. I think he's a great player. He was a great player. I think he's going to be a good coach someday, and this is great training for him. But if they're going to roll with Gerard Mayo, and it looks like they're going to keep him for next year, for all intents and purposes, all the reports coming out are saying that he's going to be the guy for the next year in New England.
Yep.
I think that is a terrible mistake. I think that is a terrible mistake. I think the Patriots need to go out and get a better head coach to develop Drake May. Drake May is a fucking baller, dude.
Yeah, he is. He looked so good the other night.
Is fucking
the other day.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, he's got a fucking arm, bro, and his throw is like. His throw reminds me. I know this sounds stupid, but like Drake May's got a throw that reminds me of like a Rory McIlroy swing. It's just very pure,
effortless.
Like it's so clean, and the ball just stays on a roll. I'm like,
throwing,
wow, bro.
His mechanics are fucking awesome.
Yep. I mean, I know
there's a reason why I had Drake May and Bo Nix 1 and 1A coming out.
Yeah, I really like
for the Broncos.
And I mean, like you said, dude, they got to get that offense fucking dialed in because they went 7 penalties for 88 yards, dude. That's big, dude. That's
the Patriots did.
Yeah,
7 offensive penalties.
88.
Yeah, those are drive killers.
We
dude.
had 2 for 15, bro. You know what I mean? Like
there's one of your reasons why they could have. You know what I mean? I didn't watch the whole game. I was watching Red Zone and doing some racing, but I at the end of the day, when you break it down, dude, like there's very little reason to lose a football game when you win the turnover battle and you win the time of possession battle. Inefficiency on offense is what's killing the Patriots. I know, obviously, they're a little bit depleted offensively, talent-wise. They don't have any real skill position guys or whatever. But like we always say, what if I'm building a team, Paul, today, right now, I'm building a team, and you tell me you've got the coach, you've got the quarterback. Where do you want to start? Trenches, both sides of the ball, trenches, offensive, defensive line, and then give me a good secondary. And then give me some good. Then give me some good linebackers. Then give me some running back. Give me a good running back, and then I'll figure out the receiver. Receiver is the absolute last position I'm addressing.
I feel like you.
And I've been steady on that course for probably the last at least decade.
And it stayed true.
And I keep getting proven right. Good quarterbacks will make receivers.
Right.
You know, receivers they'll find their way open. It's about the quarterback and the offensive line being able to hold up along and get them the ball.
Sometimes quarterbacks don't know how to throw a receiver open too. You know
That
what I
too.
mean?
That's a big deal, dude. I mean, look at Jameis Winston last night. He was throwing guys open. Like, I don't mean to keep going back to him, but like I was so impressed with Jameis Winston.
Yeah.
And I know I've watched him his whole career. It's not like this is the first time I've watched him. He had a career night last night. 497 yards is nothing to fucking spit at, dude.
Especially against that defense.
Against one of the best defenses in the league.
Right.
And that man was getting the ball out so fast, on time, and he was off target a couple of times. 3 times he was off target, and that was what killed him.
Right.
You know, led to 14 points and basically a game-clinching pick.
Yeah, because think about it. Those 2 pick sixes come back. It's a different game.
Different ball game, bro. You know, and listen, I said Denver's defense was elite all year, and what do elite defenses do? Score the football.
Yep.
They score. So. But when you look at what the Patriots have in terms of needs and what they need, like, yeah, it was like, oh, get him a receiver. I want to see what they can do with a real, I want to see what he can do with a real receiver and an offensive line. I'm like, yeah, offensive line, sure. But I'd rather see what he can do with a great defense and offensive line and then figure out the receiver part because the receiver part's easy.
Right.
I'm sorry, but like, and it's nothing against the great receivers, but like I said, man, we talk about it all the time. Receivers are a dime a dozen in this league.
Yeah, man. Look,
everybody's a receiver, bro. Like Taysom Hill was a fucking receiver for Christ's sakes.
Right.
Like you can find receivers, dude. Got good quarterbacks, great quarterbacks, especially will make fucking great receivers out of mincemeat.
Yeah.
So that is the last position I'm addressing. Period. End of story. So if I'm the Patriots, I'm looking at let's get this defense rolling
and let's protect this quarterback.
Protect the quarterback. And let Drake May cook, bro, because I don't give a shit. He doesn't need top end. You don't have to go out and spend $100 million on T. Higgins this offseason.
Or like a Jamar Chase.
Or
no.
If you can draft a guy that good, sure, great. Get him on the cheap rookie deal, whatever. But you don't have to fucking spend the money on him in free agency.
No, I would go out and beef the ever-loving fuck out of that O-line, dude. I know firsthand what happens to quarterbacks who you put the franchise in their hands and then don't draft anybody to fucking protect them. You know what I mean? And it's funny because like with Andrew Luck and him getting his ass beat and him retiring early and everything like that, that literally killed dude, we should still be sitting here with Andrew Luck right now. You know what I mean? Like. Who the fuck knows? You have to draft a line to get these kids to be able to run the fucking plays, man. When your O-line breaks down, everybody knows. I don't got to preach to nobody here about how fast the fucking play breaks down when your O-line doesn't block for shit. But you can go out there and find a fucking Garrett Wilson or a Terry McLaurin or whatever, Scary Terry or somebody like, those guys come around quite fucking often, It's hard to find the Tyron Smiths and the fucking the Quentin Nelsons and those guys. You know what I mean? Like those are where you really need to start. Those are the building blocks.
Yeah, and that like I said, receivers the last thing. That's the last position I'm addressing. So good win for the Colts. Tough loss for the Patriots. But you know what? Honestly, if I'm a Patriots fan right now, I'm not looking for wins. I'm looking for development out of my quarterback. I want to see improvement. And I want to see him getting better. And I think you saw that on Sunday. I think you saw Drake May do what Drake May does. You watch Drake May play, and you're like, oh, okay, we got one. We got a live one here. Like, this is the real deal. So we can now go into this offseason knowing, like, okay, we've got the quarterback. Now, I don't know that they necessarily have the coach. I'm still not sold there. And I really hope at this point that Mayo and that coaching staff doesn't end up stunting May's growth and kind of stymie him a lot like Jacksonville has done with Trevor Lawrence. And we're going to get into the Trevor Lawrence thing here in a minute. I just want to see Drake May succeed not because I want to see the Patriots be good. That pisses me off. I want them to lose. But also I root for myself to be right. And I had Drake May and Bo Nix as my top two picks.
So far, I'm right.
I had Jaden Daniels at number 3.
Didn't have him there, but.
And then I had Caleb Williams completely off my board. Yep. I think I had Penix at 4. And Caleb Williams was, to me, undraftable. So let's do the Trevor Lawrence thing here real quick because I want to get into Thanksgiving and the Raiders and the Chiefs, and we'll put a little happy red bow on this show. The Trevor Lawrence hit. Trevor Lawrence slides, gets hit by Al Jazim Shair, whatever, the safety from the Texans.
Yep.
Let me see if I can pull it up here. Hold on. Let's play this because
he's been. I mean, obviously,
I should have had this pulled up.
Obviously, he's getting a ton of hate right now, which I don't blame. I don't blame the hate for what, I think. Like we've said many times on the show, and like everybody's talked about fucking discussing football. We all know it's a game of inches. Your job as a defensive player is to literally stop the dude in his tracks. You can't let him get that inch. That's a first down, bro. That's a first down he's running for. You're trying to stop him dead in his tracks. It might be late, but late is better than never because if you could stop him from getting the first down, you could potentially stop a drive and save the game. That's just how people think. And when you're fucking flying at somebody full speed at 15, 17 miles an hour,
no doubt that.
Sorry, you're just not going to stop yourself dead in your tracks and be like, oh, my bad. He slid too late. Once you're committed, you're just fucking committed. That's it.
Right.
So I don't think the ejection is necessary because it was a football play. It wasn't like after the whistle was blown, he came in fucking Cushing train and fucking laid his ass out or something because he got the best of him or some shit like that or he Albert Hainsworth him and fucking stomped on his head while he's on the ground. This was literally a dude trying to make a football play and is literally getting crucified for it. I don't think what he did was wrong per se. It's just a nasty part of the game that you have to understand you're playing fucking football, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think that's and I'll all right, let's play the hit here real quick. Let's there might not
check
be
it out.
on it, but check it out.
There's no doubt that Trevor represents that. Oh my, that'll be out. There's no doubt that Trevor represents that.
Hang on.
It's loading.
Yeah, hold on.
We're just trying to slide it over here. But, yeah, you'll see the hit. I mean, it looks fucking gruesome. Anytime a dude lays there and he's kind of posturing, that's fucking scary because you don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to see anybody get paralyzed or end their career or anything like that. But, like I said, man, these hits happen. This shit happens. It's part of the fucking game. It's a collision sport. Contact sports are like basketball and shit. There's
no doubt that Trevor represents.
I'm not going to let you do it.
No, I don't know why I saw it. It was there a second ago. Hold on.
I saw it come up, and then all of a sudden it went away. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened.
But it is what it is. It was a pretty rough hit. Oh, something just went black. Our screen went black, on the feed, and then nothing came up and played. But yeah, I don't know. I guess he's getting hate for being a Muslim too. I'm like, really?
We're still dealing with that.
I'm like, we're still on that shit. Like, this dude's a Muslim, and you're gonna fucking clown on him for his faith. Like, I don't think his faith had anything to do with this dude trying to tackle fucking Trevor Lawrence. But okay, I mean, he came out and apologized. He said he was sorry, or he's sorry for what happened. I guess, he kind of Mel Gibson did a little bit, maybe.
All right, let's see this way.
There's no doubt that Trevor represents that. Oh my, that'll be Al Shire, who's flagged for the big hit on the slide, and that's going to start a little bit of a scrum afterwards as the Jaguars come in to protect their QB.
I'm not one, right? So we'll play it again one more time.
There's no doubt that Trevor represents that. Oh my, that'll be Al Shire, who's flagged for the big hit on the slide, and that's going to start a little bit of a scrum afterwards as the Jaguars come in to protect their QB.
It is what it is. Don't know where the volume went. I have no idea. Whatever. It doesn't matter. You saw the play, right? Yeah. Me as somebody who loves a good thwacking in a football game.
Right.
Even for me, this one was like a little bit over the edge.
Yeah, it was
and
a bad hit, dude.
I'm like, yeah, he's clearly sliding. You hit him you hit him in the chest, so you know he's already sliding.
Right.
Because you contacted him in the front of the chest and then hit him in the head. All right. It was a late hit. But what pisses me off about this hit is you have all these goddamn fucking fairies come out. There's no place for that in football, and this is what the league wants to get rid of, and this is the shit we want out of our sport. And you're like, okay, bro, chill. Like, yo, was it dirty? Yeah. If this was 15 years ago, Trevor Lawrence might not even come out of the game. He might come out for a play and then come right back in.
Yeah, no shit.
Now y'all make a fucking spectacle out of every time somebody gets a head injury, like they somehow just cheated death.
Yep, going to the tent.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh shit, they're going to the tent. It's
they
a
go
spectacle.
to the fucking tent for everything.
Y'all make a big deal about this shit like it's some fucking like world anything like. Tens of thousands of people who've played football before Trevor Lawrence didn't take that exact same or worse hit, and they're perfectly fine now.
Right.
Like, well, we know what we know about CTE. Man, fucking kiss my ass, bro. You make $40 million a year. I don't give a shit about your CTE.
Yeah,
I don't fucking care. I'm sorry. Nobody plays football because they want to be healthy. If
Right.
you want to be healthy, go take yoga.
Right.
This is not the sport to be healthy in. This is not fucking going to aerobics with your fucking stepmom and hoping she gets stuck in the washing machine or whatever. Like, I don't fucking know what to tell you, bro. Like, this ain't it. Okay. This is fucking, like Ray Lewis said, it's a fucking man's game, bro. If you're not ready to play a man's game, then get the fuck off the field, little boy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because the big dogs are at the table now.
Yeah, that was a run-of-the-mill hit for guys like Ray Lewis back in the day. And
Bro,
shit
that was
like
normal
that.
shit
It was
20
all
years
the
ago.
time,
That was
bro.
normal. It was
All
pretty.
the
That was
time.
just like, I mean, was it cheap? Sure. But you know what you did? You went out and you found that guy 6 plays later when you caught him napping,
Yeah.
and one of your fucking linemen ear-holed the fuck out of him.
Right, and laid him out.
And lay him out. And you got him back.
Right.
And if you didn't get him back this time, guess what? We play you twice a year. We're going to see you again, motherfucker.
Yep.
And don't think we're going to forget about this. Like, this all of society has just gone completely soft.
Soft, bro.
Now, I'm okay with them throwing a flag and calling the penalty because it was it was a late hit on
That's
a quarterback.
a penalty almost in any era.
Because the quarterback gave himself up.
Right.
Okay, 15-yard penalty. Keep it pushing.
Right.
Oh no, we can't do that. Now we got to eject the guy. Okay, now he's ejected for this whole 2.5, 3 quarters, whatever the game, however much time was left.
Yeah. I don't know.
Then the NFL comes out today and they suspend him for 3 fucking games.
Did they? Yeah. Oh yeah.
3 game suspension. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? A 3-game suspension for that.
That's crazy.
I'm like, this is. I'm sorry, but that's a bridge
I
too
used to
far.
get suspension for fucking taking roids and getting DUIs and shit. You know what I'm saying?
And even then,
not for making fucking football.
Even then,
plays.
you didn't get suspended for DUIs. I mean, those are just like, hey,
right.
you should have called the Uber system for the league.
Yeah.
And they were like, wait, you mean the Narcmobile? No, thank you, sir. I am not calling that.
Yeah. No shit.
No. That being said, a 3-game suspension is way too far. You already ejected him for a fucking half a game or more.
That's it, bro.
Like
That's it.
The fact that you even ejected him, I have a problem with.
Right. That's
I have a
where
problem
it
with the
should
ejection.
fucking
15-yard
end, bro.
penalty, sure. Like you want to, I don't know. Like I don't know what else you do after that. Like no, you broke a rule.
You
it's a
fine him
15-yard
10
penalty.
grand,
Yeah,
I don't
Yeah,
know.
you want to fine him after the game. Fine him for a late hit on a quarterback that gave himself up. Fine him $50,000, whatever. Like, okay, cool, do that.
Even.
$25,000.
Yeah.
Well, whatever the fine.
Minimum is.
Whatever. Well, there's a structure.
Yes.
And it depends on how
Pyramid,
many.
wherever it is.
Yeah,
on the
well,
pyramid.
and it depends on how many penalties you've had and this and that.
Yeah, it goes by like a point system. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
pretty much.
Fontes Perfect was up to like $250,000.
Yeah, Vontaze Perfect he could basically. It was like you and me getting chat banned in Call of Duty.
He
Like,
started owing money.
they're like, bro, the next one's a lifetime. Okay,
Yeah.
like you just gotta just throw away your mic at this point.
Yeah.
Like, well, no, I'm just gonna stop playing your fucking shitty game. But whatever.
Yeah.
But that. I had a big problem with that. And again. Was it a late hit? Yes. Was it a penalty? Yes. Was it cheap? Yes. Do I have a problem with that? No. Because I'm not that guy. I believe that football is a game of sometimes you have to take a cheap shot to send a message. And you might not like that, and you might think it's dirty. But guess what?
Or to save a play.
But guess what? If I win the game, I don't care. Like, it's not about what your outside perspective is or how the media views it or how the other team thinks it went. No, it's about winning the fucking game.
Right.
And in this game, and we've built football up, right? We talked about for years. They're modern-day gladiators. They're ready to risk their lives to go out here and win a football game because that's what we do in America. Girls, red meat, football. Fuck yeah. And you're like, all right, cool. Like, let's go kill somebody. And that's what I loved about football. I loved football because it allowed me to physically impose my will on another man for 60 minutes. You know what I mean? And go out there and absolutely bludgeon somebody to the point where, like, I wanted, like, his mom, his girlfriend, his fucking aunt to be in the stands being like, leave my baby alone. Like, no. No, I will not. I want you to hate me so much that you go home and think about it after this game.
Right.
And I want to win. So sometimes, and anybody who's honest about playing the game will tell you, and you've played it, you know, at the high school level, like I played it at college and whatever, like we've played it at various levels. Sometimes somebody's got to fire a fucking shot across somebody's bow. Mm-hmm. Might not always be clean, might not always be, you know, within the rules, but sometimes you got to send a fucking message.
Right.
And those messages tend to not fall on deaf ears a lot of times. You get guys thinking twice about doing things. You get guys thinking 3 times about doing things. And what happens in football when you think? You're dead. You're too slow. You haven't done it. You're already burnt. So, to me, there is the overreaction to this hit is just, I mean, off the walls.
Yeah. But I'm not surprised, though, either.
I'm not either. Because
you know,
the NFL,
I'm just really fucking
the NFL's
not.
a bunch of fucking pussies.
Yup.
They're all a bunch. It's all about, oh, my God. That was so barbaric. Yes.
It's football.
That's why we play football, because it allows us to be barbaric.
Right.
That thing that you view as toxic masculinity, we just call being a dude.
Yeah, we like
and
that.
we love that shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? When I saw that hit, I went from 6 to midnight almost immediately. Yeah. Even though I knew the flags were going to come raining. And then I saw the melee that came afterwards, which I also love.
Yeah.
Because, if a dude takes a cheap shot on my quarterback like that, fuck yeah, I'm going to fuck you up. Especially as an offensive lineman.
Right.
If that's me, I'm ripping that dude's head off and I'm going full Myles Garrett on him. Yep. Like, I'm throwing helmets, punches.
You going Andre Johnson on Corey Finnegan.
Bro, I'm whooping your ass if you do that to my quarterback.
Yep.
Whooping your ass. Like, I mean, I'm following you out in the parking lot after the game, whooping your ass.
Yep, you better run to the bus.
Yep. Like, that, and that's fine. That's what the game's all about. That's what we love about it. Right. So stop treating us like we're a bunch of fucking pussies who don't want to do this. I didn't play football because I wanted to be healthy.
Yep.
I played football because I wanted to physically impose my will on another man for 60 minutes and not have to go to jail. Okay? And at the end of the day, anybody who says they played football and that's not one of the reasons why they loved it, they were playing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Sorry, you weren't in it for the right reasons. It's probably why you didn't make it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. It's all about that physical imposement, and it's all about that. That's the battle, bro. Like, you do that, and when you have that ability to take that shot, that kill shot,
yep.
And hey, who was it that got in trouble? It was probably like 15, 20 years ago now. They were talking about, I don't know if they were playing like Peyton Manning or Tom Brady, whatever. They were like, you know, you cut the head off the snake and cut the head off and the body will follow.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they were talking about killing the quarterback, and they're like, you can't talk about decapitating people. It's like, yeah, that's exactly what we're gonna do. Like,
yeah.
No, if you think I'm not coming, if you think I'm gonna
like John Henderson,
like,
or
no,
something,
I'm trying to knock the quarterback out of the game, because if we get the quarterback out of the game, we win the game.
Right.
Listen to what Joey Porter said about when Kimo von Oelhoffen rolled up on Carson Palmer in the 05 wild card game.
Yep.
And he was like, all right, bro. He's like, Carson Palmer, like, yeah, man, like, y'all had a chance. Like, John Kitna, he ain't beating us.
Right.
John Kitna ain't coming in here and beating us. You fucking kidding me?
Right.
He's like, we knew we had it. And they dominated him.
Yep.
They cut the head off the snake.
Yep.
They got the quarterback out of the game. And what happened? They won a Super Bowl because of it. You think they give a fuck about what happened to Carson Palmer after that game? Hey, maybe someone like, hey, man, unfortunate. Sorry that happened
bro.
to you.
Yep.
Sorry it fucked up your career.
Fuck out of my way. I'm going to the Super Bowl.
But I got a fucking ring out of it, so.
Right. Sorry, dog.
Sorry, bro.
Yep.
But not really.
Football immortality from
Yeah,
here on out.
exactly.
It was worth your ankle.
Yep, your knee. But yeah, like that's the bottom line when it comes to football. People lose track of that. People lose sight of it, especially in this day and age now where everybody's a fucking pussy.
Yeah,
and everybody's
crazy.
like, everybody's just so like, oh, that's so dirty and cheap and meh, 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 meh. Yeah, man. Sometimes you got to throw those. Sometimes you got to throw those out there. Sometimes you got to do that. You know, you don't know until you've been in that situation when you've been on the field and like you see how the ebb and flow of the game is going.
Right.
And you're like, you know what? Nah, this stops now. This stops now, and you do something that's maybe a little questionable. Whether it's a receiver that comes across the middle,
Yep.
You throw a shoulder into his chest, or go launch into him, whatever. That was when the game was great. Now, nah, man. Like this game nowadays,
It ain't got it like that.
nah. Sorry,
It
but
doesn't.
the toughest dudes on the field now are the linemen. I mean, always have been.
Yeah.
But now
facts.
they're the only ones that are left because they're the only ones that they're the only ones. And it's what's so funny is the majority of the concussions in CTE come from the
Linemen.
the whatever 9 to 10 guys that are fucking headbutting each other 60, 70 times a game. Shocking, I know, right?
Right.
Wow. Who knew? 10 guys, 300-pound men acting like fucking rams, literally just
Right.
cracking their fucking crown of their helmets against each other for 60, 70 plays a game.
Yep.
That's where the bulk of the CTE comes from in the NFL.
Oh, and that's only just been in their NFL career. Never
Yeah.
mind how much it took to get there.
No shit.
Hello, So with that, yeah.
774-992-8702 if you want to get your thoughts in before we get out of here. Last thing what was the last thing we wanted to get into?
We were just gonna cover the fucking bullshit fucking Chiefs
Thanksgiving.
Raiders and
So,
shit.
let's talk real quick about Caleb Williams. We've gone ad nauseum on and on and on about how we think Caleb Williams is a bust. We don't like him. We don't like him as a quarterback. Tremendous physical talent. Can spin a ball.
Yeah.
Arguably with the best of them. Mentally, I think he is just unfit for the league. And what you saw on Thanksgiving might be the epitome of what I've been like. That's what I've been talking about. They had 32 seconds left when that ball was completed, and they were not able to get up to the line. The Bears,
Yeah.
get up to the line, get
That
organized.
was on like second down too.
Get up to the line. What was it? It was a first down. It was the play resulted in a first down.
Yeah. Then they had second down, and then they fucking.
No, they hit a big play.
Yeah.
Gave them a first down. They were well within field goal range.
Right.
And rather than get up or they were just about in field goal range, and rather than get up, spike it, and then run a play with whatever 32 seconds or whatever, they decided they didn't have a timeout, whatever it was, they decided to run another play, and instead of just like taking the quick 5-yard out and getting them 5, 6, 7 yards closer,
Yeah. They take a shot for the end zone.
Caleb Williams takes the shot for the end zone, but before that, he's like lining everybody up, and he's like getting everybody in position, and he's like waving his arms around and doing all. Meanwhile, tick 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 tick, and you're sitting there and you're going, bro, like, yeah, you got some time, but not that much time.
Yeah. What the fuck are you doing?
Caleb Williams' situational awareness went to about a -5 on that.
It was insane.
At
I'm
that
like,
point.
you still had a whole nother. How do you end the game with a whole play left?
What do you mean?
Like, it's not like they were on fourth. You know what I mean? It wasn't fourth down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No.
It wasn't fourth down. They took a shot for the end zone. Up, incomplete. Time expires. You fucking lose. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. No, they took a shot for the end zone. Time expired. It was fucking third down. I was like, what the fuck just happened? I'm
It
like,
was
how?
One of the most
You're on like the 20-yard line.
It was one of the most perplexing chain of events I've ever seen.
Well within field goal range. Could have just kicked the field goal and said, fuck all the plays.
The funny thing is that the Bears had a timeout, and they chose not to use it. And listen, all right, if I'm the Bears ownership and I'm the GM, whatever, okay, Matt Eberflus, like, you're fired. Because all right, yes, this, and again, I think Caleb Williams needs to share equal blame in this situation. Caleb Williams was in no rush to get up to the line.
Yeah, you're a pro quarterback now.
He's directing people around, like trying to set everybody up for this one play where like you got to get like maybe like you're going to get 5 yards closer. You're at the fringe of field goal range right now. Is it going to be an easy field goal? No, but is it makeable? Yes. You're trying to get like 5 or 6 more yards and get out of and get down and call the timeout and get your kicker set up for a more manageable field goal because those 4, 5, 6 yards can matter. Caleb Williams takes his sweet fucking time getting ready.
Yep.
Getting everybody on the line. He's moving guys around. He's calling different shit. I have no idea what he's doing. But I'm sitting there watching going like, bro, what are you doing? Get moving. And I see like 17 seconds, 12 seconds.
When I saw the ball hit the fucking ground
10,
after the play and it was like 3 seconds left and it kept down, I was like, oh my God. I was like, there's no way. I'm like, wait, that's the end of the fucking game?
Yeah.
I had to like double take and look back and like look to make sure what was happening was what was
It was insane.
happening.
It was insane to watch.
Could not believe it.
So, yes, Caleb Williams should be held accountable
Yeah.
for basically burning 30 seconds off the clock at the end of the game for no fucking reason and then firing it down the middle short of the end zone.
Right, where like in coverage where you were barely like he didn't have an angle.
Yeah, it's not like it was going to take a miracle for him to find the end zone at that point.
Fucking idiot, bro. Crazy.
But also, Matt Eberflus should be fired for not realizing that his quarterback is a complete fucking dumbass and calling a timeout. Because sometimes as a head coach, you got to save your quarter. You got to save your team from themselves sometimes.
Yeah, why couldn't you have stepped in, bro?
You should have stepped up and been like, timeout. Yep. I know you want to save it, but like, bro, you still got like 25 seconds left on the clock.
Mad
like
time.
that's plenty of time to run like 2 or 3 plays. Like there was not that short of time.
Any good quarterback could squeeze 2 plays. Two
solid
solid plays.
Any bad quarterback could squeeze 2 plays out of that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. Fucking what's his
3-step drop. Get rid of it. 3-step drop. Get rid of it.
O'Connell could have fucking done that.
Dude, so Caleb Williams, I feel like deserves an equal amount of the blame. Obviously, he's the first-round draft pick. He's the chosen one. They're going to get rid of the coach, which honestly I think they were going to do anyway because they've just been abysmal the last 6 weeks, 7 weeks. I think they started off like, 4-2?
Yeah, they started off okay.
And they've just been ass ever since.
Yep.
Ass. I mean, straight ass. Caleb Williams is ass. He just ain't got it, bro.
Yep.
Mentally, he doesn't have it, bro. And that's the kind of shit, like that game in Detroit, Bo Nix wins that game.
Yeah.
Or at least ties it. At worst, ties it. Drake May ties that game.
Yep.
Like, bro, that Chicago roster is not bad.
Yeah.
Caleb Williams has no
fucking wins that game.
They have no excuse to be fucking losing games like that.
No.
And Caleb Williams deserves just as much of the blame as Matt Eberflus.
Yep.
And they were right to fire him, Eberflus.
Owen called up. He just pack your shit.
Yeah.
Fucking hangs up the phone. That's the best way to get fired.
I mean,
pack your shit, bro.
That's the way I'd want to get fired.
Yep. Just nothing else, no more, no less. Just pack your shit, and you're just like, all
right.
Clear.
Cool, man.
Yep.
Cool. And then Friday, Raiders and the Chiefs.
Fucking Chiefs, dude. Can we not spend too much time on this? Because fuck the Chiefs.
No, because this is the last thing we're going to cover. We're going to get out of here.
Fuck the Chiefs anyway. Like, so sick of them, dude.
I'm pretty sure the Patriots took the horseshoe out of the Patriots' ass, and the Patriots were just like, "Here, Kansas City, you can have this."
They found the last drop of the magic
the elixir.
Oh, what's that song today?
I might have to. Oh, yeah. the cannabis one.
It ain't as bad as that.
No. I might have to still shot that, though.
Yeah.
But no, that the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders or Las Vegas Raiders on Black Friday, that game was absolutely fucking mind-boggling. Again, how the Chiefs continue to just pull rabbits out of the hat is beyond me. I don't have any faith in it. If you think the Chiefs are winning 3 in a row, I'm sorry. Like, unless the refs completely come in and just like, nah, man.
The Chiefs gonna win 3 in a row?
No, there's no way they're winning this with the way they're playing. There's no way.
What do you mean? They're going to get some bullshit. A fucking meteor's going to hit the fucking stadium. They're going to be like, Chiefs win.
DeMar Hamlin's going to come out of nowhere and die on the field again. They're going to be like, fuck it, Chiefs win.
Fuck, dude. That's a team that's playing on fucking, not to get into them, but yeah.
Listen, my ideal scenario for the playoffs is the Chiefs slip up, the Bills overtake them because they have the head-to-head.
Yeah.
Chiefs lose one game, the Bills get the 1 seed, and the Chiefs get the 2, and the Broncos have to go into Arrowhead wildcard weekend. That's my ideal playoff scenario for this year for the Broncos.
Yeah.
Is that we're the 7 seed, they're the 2, and we play them wildcard weekend. Because right now we would be playing at Buffalo, and I do not feel good about that.
No, that's a tough fucking
I'm
game.
I'm not thrilled about that proposition at all.
That's a tough game.
Although I could see us winning that game because, the Bills do find creative ways to lose in the postseason, but neither here nor there. We'll talk about that as it gets closer.
Right.
But Aiden O'Connell, just the way that the funny thing is that play, for all intents, was blown a false start, so it was a dead ball, and then they were like, "Nope, illegal formation. Chiefs recover the ball. Chiefs win."
Yep.
Like they changed everything. Everybody who was watching it is like, now, was it the right call ultimately? I do believe it was the right call. I do believe the refs actually got it right. But the incompetence of the ref to come in and be like, blow it, like false start, blow it. Like, no, you blew the play dead.
Right.
Like you're running in, blowing the whistle, going false start. You're blowing the play dead.
That means anything that happened after that is
Doesn't
null and
count.
void. So therefore,
that's
the
the
Vegas should have maintained possession.
No, that's the old Ed Hockley, Jay Cutler, incomplete. Chargers recover week 2008, week 2, whatever it was.
Yep.
Game from that year. That whole rule, that's where this all stems from. Like, nope, you blew the play dead. You cannot possibly call that anything but a dead play at that point because you were blowing the whistle.
Yeah,
so
I don't understand
so
that.
The fact that they changed that and just gifted the Chiefs another win is it's simply beyond me at this point how they can keep doing it. But they keep doing it and they keep getting away with it, and
it's really pissing me off.
I mean,
really,
you know what though?
It's
just gonna make the fall of Rome that much sweeter.
It is.
It's like when the Patriots would lose in the playoffs and the whole world would celebrate.
Yeah,
that's what it's gonna feel like.
Yeah, we got
when the Chiefs lose.
Yep.
That's we're finally gonna get to feel how we felt again when Joey Burrow and the Bengals went into Arrowhead and were like, well, guess we're going to the Super Bowl. I'm going to kick this field. McPherson, I might kick this field goal. Bye.
Yep. Guess we're going to the Super Bowl.
Guess we're going to the Super Bowl, bitch.
Yep.
Like, bye.
And did it.
So, yeah, I don't know. I just think it's one of those just mind-boggling fucking propositions that you just see every week. Realistically, this Chiefs team, we've compared them, and I think Sean said it a couple weeks ago. They're like the 2019 Patriots that started off 8-0. Finished the season 12-4.
Yep.
And everybody knew they were a paper tiger, and it was just a matter of time before somebody got them.
Yep.
And then Mike Vrabel and the Titans came in and just slapped their dick on their chin and were like, get the fuck out of here.
Right.
And, Brady's last pass as a Patriot was, in fact, a touchdown. It just was to the other team. So that was cool. I think the same thing is going to happen to the Chiefs this year. Like, I think the Chiefs are going to end up losing a couple games here over the next couple weeks. Granted, I think they should have lost that one, but the Raiders aren't a good team, so it doesn't surprise me that the Raiders fucked that up because it's what the Raiders do. Granted, Aiden O'Connell looked great. Brock Bowers looked great. I mean, we're talking about Jaden Daniels and Bo Nix for Offensive Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
Don't count out Brock Bowers out of this. I mean, he might break the rookie record for receptions, yards, for a tight end, touchdowns for a tight end, like all that shit.
Yep.
Granted, they're never going to give him Offensive Rookie of the Year. It's never going to happen.
No.
They'll give it to the quarterback. They're just going to give it to the better quarterback, which is going to go to Jaden Daniels, even though Bo Nix is going to have better numbers and a better record and all that shit.
Jaden Daniels definitely getting it.
Yeah, because he plays in the NFC East. He plays in Washington. He plays in one of the media capitals of the world. Like, Denver's a fucking hick town in the fucking flyover states.
Yeah, that's what
Nobody gives a shit about Denver.
That's what it is.
Yeah. Of course.
I'm going to go with that.
Yeah. So he plays in Washington. I mean, if you're a rookie, if you're in the NFC East, or you're the Pittsburgh Steelers, you're getting the award.
Of course.
It's like why Nick Benito
Ravens,
Nick Benito could outdo T.J. Watt in every statistical category.
Yep.
They'll still give the Defensive Player of the Year to T.J. Watt because he plays with the Steelers.
Yeah, facts.
They do it all the time. Just go back and look. It's any Broncos fan will tell you. Nothing worse than Champ Bailey getting snubbed by in 06 for Jason Taylor. It was fucking embarrassing. Still is. But
Right.
all right, let's leave it there, Paul.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. Fun show. We'll be back 2 weeks. No show next week. I am off. I won't be here, so I'll be taking off next week.
Yeah.
So we'll be back 2 weeks from tonight, 8:45 p.m. live on the one, the only, the New Bedford Guide. Be sure to check out the Village Sweet Shop, 300 Elm Street. We'll be there Friday. Paul and I will be there Friday for
Down in the Village, hanging out
for the holiday stroll down in the Village. Stop into the Village Sweet Shop, get your candies, get your chocolates, get your fudge, get your whatever you got to get. Come say hi. Use the promo code Roll1Seat1 at the register for a nice little discount. And, come down and say hello. So we'll be there Friday night. What is it, 4 to 8?
Yeah, I believe so. About
4 p.m. 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. is the stroll time. Paul and I will be down there. Come say hello if you're in the area. Don't be shy. But we will see you in 2 weeks here on the show. And have a great week and enjoy your weekend, everybody. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Former Betancourt couldn't be here. Pussy, I am Joey Fats. And we will talk to y'all in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Peace.
No, there's no doubt that Trevor